and recapping everything. We're also going to talk about the NBA, obviously a little bit, and obviously baseball for a little bit. Shit, if Ralph has time, we could talk about hockey. I'm kidding. No offense to hockey. No offense to hockey. We know we love Canada. But listen, I'm just enjoying my year in 2024, okay? Because, listen, man, it's a great year, okay? My Dodgers won. Okay, shout out to my guy JB. I have a championship, okay? Shout out to New York. At least they got a championship with New York Liberty. I mean, the Statue of Liberty, laugh out loud. Ironically, Ralph Mentor. I had a good night yesterday, by the way, because of Dalton Connect. I just need one more white guy, Hunter Dickinson, please. Also, my guy Ralph Mentor, his birthday was yesterday. Also, my grandpa's happy birthday to my guy yesterday, Ralph Mentor. Obviously, my grandpa. Love you guys, but no, this is gonna be a great show. I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving next week. Ralph, I mean, the Celtics won on your birthday. Tatum, I mean, this guy. I don't know what player fell, but Tatum, he got that shot though. You feel me? Yes, he did. Yeah, of all people, my man. Of all people, it has to be him. But listen, it's a great week. Pat Riley's getting a statue. And by the way, that Lakers court, man, on the in-season tournament, it's so damn good. I love those colors. But listen, I believe in purple and gold. I know people like to say fuck those colors, but it's all good. Listen, Ralph Mitchell, looking forward to the show. What's good, bro? Good morning. And looking forward to my show after this show because Temple Bands will be there, and that's going to be a great show. But, by the way, me and Ralph, I don't know how we did it. We grinded out 8 hours on the Vince Saiz Good Morning Sports Show yesterday. I don't know how we did it, but we just talked sport the whole time. Don't know how we did it. All right, what's good, Ralph? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Appreciate the birthday shout out again.
Of course.
Definitely appreciate that and all. But no, I'm excited to be back and all. Like I said, you asked me to come on early in the NFL season. I thought it was way too early for all that and all.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely down to do the whole week to week thing. So I'm definitely back on to do that and all. But no, I'm definitely excited and all. We got some dope things in the football to talk about. Agendas seem to be going our way in some fashion, at least on the NFL and all. And obviously, yeah, an awesome win against the undefeated Cavs, or then undefeated Cavs last night too as well. So that was a great one to watch on my birthday too, what you were saying too as well. But nah, definitely ready to get into it, man. Mad excited to talk about some NFL and all, but I know we'll be talking about some NBA and all, and the possibility of a high-priced free agent in the MLB heading over to the maybe Boston Red Sox and all. So apparently he's Trae Young and all. That's the new thing now. Apparently that's the garbage that we're hearing now too as well. Apparently, so no, I can't wait to get into it though. Can't wait to get started with you, man. Let's get this thing going.
They act like this guy's trash. I swear to God. At least he has a championship. Yeah, at least he has a championship. Unlike Trae Young, but whatever. What do we know, Ralph? What do we know? Okay. Let's focus here. Shout out to Dyson Daniels for sure. Okay, Commanders, Eagles. Okay, listen, man. At the end of the day, listen. We can make fun of Philadelphia all we want, but at the end of the day, Ralph, listen. Philadelphia fans, look, me and Ralph like to troll Philadelphia a lot, man. Because right now the Sixers, they had a meeting, and that doesn't mean shit because now they're 2-11. But anyway, let's focus here. But listen, at the end of the day, I mean, the Philly sports have two good sports teams. That's it. Phillies and then the Eagles. But listen, man, we obviously we wanted the Commanders to win this game, but this game shows you it's just the Eagles were just more talented, bro. It was at their house. I mean, it was neck and neck in this first half. But at the end of the day, the Eagles team was just better. I mean, the Commanders team of this year reminds me of the Texans of last year. It's going to be some process. They're going to lose some games. But at the end of the day, the Commanders are ahead of schedule, okay? Year two is me and you know year two with the Commanders is going to be way better, okay? But listen, overall, I mean, listen, you can blame the play calling for I almost said Licky Rally. They always look alike. But to Kingsbury, by the way, shout out to our guy Nonsense because he said in the second half of the season, Cliff Kingsbury doesn't do as well. So listen, man, at the end of the day, shout out to Saquon. Actually, shout out to every running back that signed with the right situation. Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry. Because I'm so happy for those guys because when you go to the right team, it's going to be successful. Unlike the Cowboys getting Ezekiel Elliott. Okay, let's focus here, Ralph. Okay, but overall, congrats to Philadelphia. Okay, I'm a nice guy, but Ralph's going to be the mean guy because, listen, it was his birthday yesterday. He's very mean to Philadelphia. for entertainment for the show, Ralph Mitchell, you can do that. I don't care. But listen, I'm gonna give them credit because I just have to, because listen, I live 15 minutes away from Philadelphia anyway. So, but shout out to my Philadelphia fans that are listening, and no, good for them. Good for them. Listen, I told my dad, I thought Eagles were going to lose 4 in a row because I think it was very possible, because losing to the Washington, losing to the Rams, I still think they'll lose to the Rams, and then they're definitely going to lose to the Ravens because they never beat the Ravens. The Ravens own them. They're definitely going to beat the Panthers. That's not saying much. But I think they'll lose to the Steelers. But listen, if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. So, Ralph Mentor, what's your thoughts about this game? I know you're on the Commanders train, and listen, can the Commanders still win the division? I think it's still a 50-50. I think if the Eagles lose to the Rams and Ravens and obviously the Steelers, I still think it's possible, as they still got to go to Washington. So, but Ralph Mentor, what's your thoughts with this game? But your agenda's, I'll say this, your agenda's very, very, very close. As long as the Eagles fuck it up. But other than that, are you going to give Philadelphia credit winning at home, or are you going to give more credit to Saquon Barkley in that Eagles defense? Because I'm not going to lie, I'm going to keep it real. The media is right so far with that Eagles defense. That's not surprising, Ralph Mentor, because they don't have Matt Patricia anymore. So, but look, in all seriousness, shout out to Zach Bond and shout out to Adion Mitchell, because those guys are showing up. And said it. Wow, lo and behold, Jalen Carter's showing up all of a sudden. So, good, Ralph. Are you going to give the city of Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, the city that that didn't treat the Alvarez statue right, that's so damn little, but whatever, are you going to give them credit?
Hell no, I'm not giving them credit. The only place I'm giving them credit for is signing Saquon Barkley, their MVP, so far, 11 weeks into the season and all. Yeah. So, no. I'm not impressed and all. Like, I feel like it's more of a Jaden Daniels dealing with that rib injury, missing some throws, honestly, in my opinion, honestly. I'm not impressed with their offense and all. Again, they stalled out for the first half of their game and all, too, as well. I'm not, until Saquon Barkley had those big runs in the second half and all. There's nothing there for me to be excited about. You already know how I feel about them, to what you were saying with that little soliloquy there, too, as well. I'm not the biggest fan of Philly anyway and all. But I ain't taking any way away from that game, but that Saquon Barkley is a huge difference maker for them compared to last year, when their offense did stall out. They didn't know where to go. They would use Jalen Hurts, Steve Van Buren, as their running back, at least. But, he's dynamic in so many ways, at least, from the quarterback position. Not as dynamic as Lamar Jackson, at least, or if Jane Daniels is healthy, running the football, at least. But with Saquon Barkley there and all, with his big playability and all, we all seen him leap over a defender and all. Mm-hmm. But these long runs he's had, the Saints game, he's had a long run for a touchdown. In that same game where he hurdled someone, he had a big run to end the first half and all. And now again, in the second half, had those huge runs to really open up the game for their offense, at least, and all. And the Commanders were still in the game and all, too, as well. They scored a touchdown, got that 2-point, that great 2-point conversion with Ertz there with the catch, at least, and all. Still in the football game towards the end. They just need the onside kick and all. So I just see Saquon Barkley doing his thing, at least, and all. I'm not impressed with the defense and all. Still, I get your point with Matt Patricia, because they got Vic Fangio there, at least, and all. So I get the stability part of it, too, as well. I am was it Keon or Kayvon Mitchell for their cornerback there too, as well. Okay, I'm a fan of him too as well now, but I feel like he still hasn't been tested. I get Terry McLaurin didn't do anything, but again, I'm still faulting Jaden Daniels' ribs at this point, at least, because he just can't make these throws. Mm-hmm. He's missing open guys too as well, honestly. So to give them the only credit I'll give Philly, they're winning these games, at least, and all. They're 8-2, and I think that has them 2 right now in the NFC right now, I believe so. So I'll give them credit for that. They're in the position that they're in. But the agenda was that they'll fall apart in the second half, similarly how they fall apart last year and all. And I feel like their offense hasn't given me some type of confidence to think that's going to get better throughout the season, at least. So they just hope, knock on wood, that Saquon Barkley stays healthy. Yes. And he can continue making big plays for them, at least. Because just with that, and their defense still, again, I get how they're playing well and all, but I don't know. I feel like they've lucked out not facing a quarterback, and I'll give them credit for that, at least. They've won their football games, at least. Yeah. But still, I'm still about them, and I'm still pretty high about the Commanders, especially if Jaden Daniels can get healthy. I do get that Kingsbury point, at least, and all, but his play calling doesn't seem to be the reason why they're they're stuttering at least, They scored 28 points against the Pittsburgh Steelers at least, They were in that game against the Bears the whole time. And again, I'm just going to look at Jaden Daniels' ribs. There's the reason why they weren't performing in that game and in this game against the Eagles at least, But that's what I got so far for those.
I'm just going to pray for this. First of all, I'm going to do the Kawhi laugh because I want to give a shout out to my guy JB Fortis because there's a reason why he didn't even watch the NFL half of the season of this year because we knew what some quarterbacks were, Ralph, and I think JB's right. I don't agree with JB on everything, but we knew what Gardner Minshew was. Shout out to our guy Tip, right? We knew what he was. So I mean, listen, I'm glad that Tua's back, man, because I mean when Tua's back, this offense is fun to watch, and they're scoring points with Tua. Listen, sometimes you don't know what Tua you're going to get, but at the end of the day, Tua is balling, bro. So, I mean, hey, he's passed 288 yards, 3 touchdowns. Shout out to HEN. Minshew scored two touchdowns, and Buck Bowers did the Trump dance. Maybe that's because the Raiders lost. No, I'm kidding. No, and listen, the Raiders do have a top 10 pick list. Shout out to my guy Nonsense. He thinks the Raiders will get shit all shut out. I would like him to go there. For sure, for the culture. We love you, Larry. No, but in all seriousness, and shout out to our guy Dan. We love you, bro. No, in all seriousness, you know what's crazy, Rob? I think we can both agree. And listen, this is no offense to the AFC East. And listen, we all picked the Bills, and some people picked the Jets. Don't know why, but we can laugh at the Jets. No. In all seriousness, if Tua was fully healthy, Miami's second, and they probably reached. I don't know if they have a chance for the wild card. But shit, man. Maybe they have a chance. Who knows? Maybe you can look it up for me, Ralph. But listen, as long as Tua's healthy, I mean, listen, we know what Tua we're gonna get. We're either gonna get a noodle arm Tua, or we're either gonna be the Tua that's on page and scoring points and beating teams. Except he cannot be cold weather teams. That's very true. It's very true. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give guys credit where credit is due when they prove me wrong and win the game. So, I mean, beating the Raiders ain't saying much. Love you, Tip. But at the end of the day, good job for Tua. And I believe Miami's record, if I remember correctly, I'm going to look this real quick. Just to look it up right now, the AFC East. Well, Chris, real quick, the standings. I believe that this is not saying much, but I believe the Dolphins are in the second. 4-6. So we'll see if they have a chance for the wild card. But, Ralph, what's your thoughts with this game? And are you happy, by the way, how Tua's playing as long as he's healthy? I mean, I'm happy for the kid, especially what happened to him earlier in the season. I'm happy that I think Tua's back, and I'm happy that he's balling. So,
Yeah, I mean that's the reason why I feel like their season went the way it went, honestly, because of the injury. I feel like that's probably the main reason why, honestly. That's why I was kind of impressed with where they were sitting with Tua out, honestly. I thought they would flail out similarly to how the Jaguars are flailing out and how the Cowboys are flailing out. I thought that would happen to them. But I'm impressed with how they kept things together, honestly. And as soon as Tua's been back, outside of the Cardinal loss, which was like a 1-point loss at home at least, you could argue I think they would win every game. I think they would have won every game he's played in since he's been back from that injury and all. So I wouldn't count them out, honestly. I had them as a playoff team this year too as well because of their offense and all. So as long as Tua's healthy, I don't see why they can't get back into it and all too as well. Who they just beat this past week? It's not showing up on here. I'm forgetting who they've beat. Let me look it up real quick.
The Raiders?
The awkward pause. Was it the Raiders?
Yeah, there's the Raiders. That's why Rob Better forget. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about Raider and Dolphin football, man, to be honest. But again, though, for the prospects moving forward, at least, 4-6 at least, by far the second best team in the division. And obviously, throughout the year, throughout the season, without having two, at least, you would thought they'd be number 4, missing in there, number 2 still, at least, even with the Pats in that division. So you think they would have flamed out at least, But no, I give them great chances to make the playoffs still. I'm not a high believer in the Broncos and the Chargers right now, where they're sitting right now in the playoffs at least. So no, the way the Chargers are playing, I would have thought that's how the Dolphins would have been playing this season at least. So. No, they're not completely out of it. They have a favorable schedule from what I just saw moving forward with the Pats
Dolphins
coming up. Yeah, Dolphins. You got the Packers, and then you got the Jets and the Texans, and then you got the Niners, but the Browns and the Jets to finish off the season at least.
Okay.
So there's 3-4 wins there at least. So that would put them at what's it called there, 7-8, yeah, around
Yeah.
8-9 record at least and all. That could put them there. It's unfortunate with that start at least and all, but I don't
Yeah.
think they're completely out yet. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Well, first of all, listen, I like to give people credit where credit is due. You know what I mean? My guy Betting Monster said slow your roll with the same with the my guy Tip, because I mean, listen, when you're high on teams early, I mean, see that's why you have to wait, right? Listen, I believe I'm looking at the Saints record. They're 4-7. No, I doubt they make the playoff because the wild card is going to be crazy. But listen, Carr's got 2 touchdowns, 248 yards. 3 touchdowns for Taysom Hill. Good for him. Winston's got 2 touchdowns. Oh, wow, 395 yards. I thought you would probably win for that. But no, he did not win for that. Saints scored 35-14. No, listen, man. Good job for the Saints. I mean, listen, listen, if Deshaun was healthy, I don't think it would have made it. I don't think it would have made a difference. So, I mean, and that's not saying much. But listen, I mean, Cleveland, you have a top 10 pick, and we shall see what happens with that. But good job for the Saints. And yeah, I mean, listen, good job for them, Rob, because we thought they were going to go on a losing streak because they lost pretty much half of their team. Because I think they lost Olavi for some games, right? What was that for the year? I don't know, but
I think it's
Scadley
for the year.
Yeah. Scadley, ironically, the former Chief is doing well. Look at that. Look at that conspiracy theory, Ralph Mentor. But listen, at the end of the day, the Saints are getting these wins. But it's so ironic, bro. This is why we got to wait until like mid-season to see what teams are, because some teams can start early good, and some teams can start early, bad, and then get hot in the middle. You know what I mean? So I mean, but hey, Saints are 4-6. We'll see if they make the playoffs. I doubt it. Oh, who knows? It's the NFC South. I mean, who knows? But Ralph, what's your thoughts about this game? I know you don't want to talk about it because they're both trash at the moment because of injury reasons. But what's your thoughts? Are you going to give some players credit? Because I'm giving Taysom Hill credit for getting 3 touchdowns for this game.
No, I'm not overreacting to this game, Vince. This is the Cleveland Browns, a team outside of one game that struggled to score 20 points in the football game this season, and ironically, against the Baltimore Ravens and also. No, I'm not taking too much into this game for the Saints at least. And Taysom Hill, good for him, had himself a big game or a big run at least and all. But I'm not taking too much out of the Saints at least. So if there's any hope for them, that the Falcons aren't great, the Buccaneers are falling apart at least, and also maybe there's a chance for them to sneak as a winner of the NFC South and all. But besides that, no. And to your point about the wild card teams in the NFC at least, so that's why I feel like the Dolphins have a chance with an 8-9 record, because maybe a below 500 team is making the playoffs in the AFC, but no chance of that happening in the NFC when you have 2 teams in the NFC North that are 8-2, or no, one of the teams that are 8-2 and the Vikings, and the other one is 7-3 at least.
Yeah.
So I just find it very hard. And then you have the Commanders there at 7-3 right now too as well, has the last spot in the NFC at least. And also when it comes to the wild card with the Saints, I see no shot there. Just hope that the Falcons keep playing it consistently, and that the Bucs are losing, falling apart to a degree at least and all. There'll be a chance for them if they can keep winning games. I wouldn't be high on them doing that, though. That would just be me at least. But anything's possible. To your point though about the NFC South division, though.
Yeah, no, it is. Thank you. Shout out to KG, right? Shout out to KG for sure. All right. Well, speaking of anything is possible, and Ralph Victor, thank God you don't have Aaron Rodgers as a GM, because it's going bad in New York. Listen, New York got a championship, like JB said. You got the Liberty, congratulations. But I'm going to use the JB term. It's everybody else's fault but Aaron Rodgers, right? That's very true, Ralph Mentor, because almost everybody's getting fired. Doug Douglas is getting fired. Robert Saleh got fired. You know what I mean? So, and listen, it's going to be interesting to see what the Jets do in the offseason. And it's funny because Aaron Rodgers has his documentary in December, so we'll see about that. But listen, man. They're losing game that they shouldn't lose to, right? You should have beat the Colts. You should have beat the Patriots. But this is why this Jets season is even more funnier, bro. Like, listen, do I love Aaron Rodgers? Yes. 10 years ago, yes. But, bro, we're in 2024, bro. And then you got Devontae Adams. You got Breece Hall. You know what I mean? Listen, I want the Jets to succeed. But am I surprised what I'm seeing from this Jets team? No, shout out to my guy Tate. Tate said the exact same thing that I said. I said if you get the Rodgers, if you get the perfect Rodgers, the Jets have a chance, right? But if you don't get the perfect Rodgers, I mean, everything can fall apart. I knew when Saleh was fired, this team was going to fall apart, bro. Rodgers is the GM, and it's going to be interesting. See, my thing is, I don't think this job is attractive because if you have to listen to Rodgers, good luck. And listen, I love Aaron Rodgers. If I would I have listened to him 10 years ago? Yes, because he would have been 32, and he was probably still would have been good. Now he's 42 years old. Lo and behold, he's showing it. Listen, father's time is coming, bruh. I mean, listen, I'm 28 years old. Shit, if I was 40, I don't think I would be playing good as quarterback in the NFL. But listen, at the end of the day, Rob Ventura, it's just comical with the Jets. I think you and Lucas are probably laughing. But it's okay. They got the Knicks. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. They got Matt Ryan. Okay, ignore that, Rob Ventura. So what's your thoughts with the Jets? And listen, let's give Anthony Richardson some credit, man, because, listen, I know people are going hard on him because of his, passing abilities, yada, 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 and I get all that. But listen, we want the brothers to succeed. We don't want any player to fail, right? I know some fans out there want players to fail, and I get all that. But for me, on this show, I don't do that. I root for players for their success, and I want Anthony Richardson to prove the haters wrong. But listen, man, he passed 272 yards, 1 touchdown. Let's see, who else scored for this Colts? Oh, Josh Downs, good for him, and they scored 28-27. So they beat the Jets. I get that. That doesn't surprise anybody because the Jets. Even though the Jets scored 27 points and they still lost. So, Rob Mentor, what's your thoughts with this team of Andrew Jones? Because I was meant to betted Andrew Jones because Memphis told him the Broncos are going to have the better record than the Jets, and I'm not really surprised. I'm not really surprised at all. When Mentu at the end of the day pretty much won that conversation so far. So what's your thoughts, Rob Ventura? Are you laughing at the Jets season so far?
No. Clearly, obviously. But I was watching something on Get Up and all, so that's why. But what's it called? I don't think. Obviously, they're going to be blowing it up and all. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers ain't going back and all, too, as well. But there was a point I wanted to bring up and all, too, as well. But still, obviously, it's clearly over and all. You got the firing of Joe Douglas yesterday, if not 2 days ago. Yesterday, at least.
Yesterday, yeah.
And then what's it called there? You got Woody Johnson saying that doesn't look like, or a source saying that doesn't look like he's bringing back Aaron Rodgers and all. But they just played it all wrong, unfortunately, too, as well. So I don't think that's what I meant to say. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is done. But again, they gave him the power, the keys to the team at least, which is unfortunate and all. Like they didn't focus on running the ball or throwing the ball short. Didn't focus on running the ball at least and all too as well and all for a guy, not even for a 40-year-old quarterback, but for a guy coming off an Achilles injury at least. We're seeing the inconsistencies with Kirk Cousins here and there, but you're seeing effectiveness out of him from time to time. And I do get that he's 2 years younger at least, if not 3 years younger than him. But still, it's that the Jets are just more of just a mess, honestly, too, as well. Because I really thought they had a chance. Their defense was legit, and that's just fallen off the wayside. And yeah, to your point about Robert Saleh, that's an easy thing you probably would have saw coming once you got rid of your defensive, minded coach. That your defense is going to taper off and all. They weren't looking good to start the season, even to that too as well. But it's nothing but laughs with them. Now they're going to be blowing it up. Who knows where they're going to be going at this point as an organization and all too as well. So. The laughing, to be real, honestly, was earlier this year when they were 2-4 and firing Robert Saleh and all. Right now, it's just, I don't know if it's pity or anything like that or compassion or anything like that. But you kind of see the writing on the wall for them at this point, honestly. So you just see everyone going their separate ways. Devontae Adams is on the 1 year, or at the end of the season, he's going to be a free agent and all too as well. So the signs were there once they made that move. If this thing doesn't kick up or kick start, that they're going to blow this up and all. So they are where they are and all. We're good for Robert Saleh. He's with the Green Bay Packers and is going to make the playoffs at least. Like that's the best thing that came out of that and all. There's no good things there, honestly, too. As well, I can't even think of a positive. Quentin Williams was in my top 10 of favorite defensive players going into the season on my podcast and all. Even Sauce Gardner too as well. And those guys are not the same right now too as well. So it's just there's nothing good to say. There's nothing positive, to say about the Jets, unfortunately. Nothing optimistic. Looking forward for them too as well.
Yeah. Let's keep this short and sweet for this game. And this just for the audience, but just for entertainment. Good job for the Vikings. They what they have to do against Tennessee. Listen, Tennessee, do me a favor. Rock Arthur, I know you came from San Francisco. Go get the brother, Shedeur Sanders, please. I've been to Tennessee. I've been to Nashville. Great city. Great city. Great. Listen, I know I saw a lot of bunnies out there. Ralph knows what I'm talking about. I saw a lot of bunnies. But listen, it's a great city. I want them to get a quarterback because, I mean, listen. We know what Will Levis was, and I don't know. Shout out to my guy Andy Gerald Jones. I don't know why they made a commercial with Will Levis, especially with Mayo, right? But anyways, the point being is, I love their defensive line. Their defensive line is so good, man. Just get a quarterback. If you get a quarterback like Shedeur Sanders, this team will be fun to watch. Now, do they have a number one receiver? I mean, no. But they got Trayvon Burks. They still got Kevin Ridley. Now, hopefully he doesn't laugh out loud. But listen. At the end of the day, please, Ron, you're a brother. Just get Shedeur Sanders, please. Especially for Titans fans' sake, because I mean they deserve it, bro. Their D line is good. It's still good. It's just they're missing that one thing. And I feel bad, Ralph, for teams that have a good defense, and that defense is getting tired because of the quarterback play. So I mean, I want my guy Ron to succeed, and I think he's doing a good job on the defensive side. He's just got to get that quarterback right, and lo and behold, he didn't get Will Levis right. I don't blame him for drafting Will Levis in the second round. I mean, I'm sorry, in the second round because he was projected to be in the first round anyway. So I mean, listen, he hit him, he missed on him. It happens. I mean, listen, you can be a good GM. And miss on quarterbacks. It happens, bro. Shit. I mean, it all depends if you go in the right situation. And listen, some quarterbacks are gonna suck, and some. Well, I'll say this. Well, me and Tip and not Tip. I'm sorry, Tate and everybody was saying on stage yesterday. Sometimes you can be a good college quarterback and don't be good in the NFL. Sometimes you can be a good college quarterback and be good in the NFL. So I mean, it's a 50-50 shot. But at the end of the day, I'm just hoping, I'm praying to God, knock on wood. Please, Ron, just get Shedeur Sanders, which I don't think he's going to Tennessee, but he's probably going to the Raiders, but I think Nonsense is right there. But at the end of the day, like I said, Ralph, I'm going to make it short and sweet. Good job, Sparky's team, the Vikings, for doing what you have to do, beating Tennessee, and as JB would say, not saying much as you're being the Tennessee Will Levis team. Not saying much, but go ahead.
Yeah, impressive win for the Vikings at least, too, as well. To your Titans point about a quarterback and Shedeur Sanders at least, just get a quarterback or Cam Ward or something like that.
Thank you, yes.
Just Shedeur Sanders at least. Not even find yourself a free agent quarterback at least, too, whoever comes up in the market next season, with the success of Geno and Sam Darnold at least, something could work out for them. I mean, that's a team that's had Ryan Tannehill and made it to the AFC Championship game too as well. So they just need a quarterback at least, to that point at least, But no, it's more about the Vikings in my opinion too as well. Is it a back-to-back win? I'm not sure if they're coming off a loss at least, but if it is, I know they came off a loss against the Rams at least on that Thursday night game and all. So that's what I was thinking.
They beat the Jaguars, remember? Yeah, there you go. Last week. Yep.
Okay, they beat the last. Okay, so yeah, no, it's impressive how they bounced back at least. They've kind of struggled in the mid part of the season at least, and I feel like it culminated with that loss to the Rams at least. But it's about them to that point about it's not much beating these teams at least. I'll take it at least. It's on their schedule. At least that's where I gave the Eagles credit at least early on the show at least. So I'll definitely give the Vikings credit there. They're saying they're 8-2, which is crazy. They still don't have a lead in the NFC North and all too as well, but to still be 8-2, have a solid grasp of the 5th seed in the wild card right now. Just gotta take the ones when you can get them at least. So unfortunately, I don't have the same confidence I had in them to start the season at least. But. My confidence level is right there with the Eagles at least, not with the Vikings. But still, they're in the position to be in the playoffs, not have a home game at least, but if weird things happen, maybe have a home game in the second round at least, So I can't hate where they are. Can't hate the team. I can't hate them winning, even though it gets the teams at least, But I just have my questions offensively about them. It seems like Sam Darnold hasn't been the same over at least from the first 5 weeks of the season. He hasn't looked the same since from week 6 to where we're at now, week 11 and all. So that's all.
Some teams did film, bro. Some teams did films. They study film in the second half of the season. Trust me. You can be hot, and then you can be cold. That's what Sam is. We know what Sam is. Shout out to my guy Sparky. He wasn't even high on the guy. This guy wanted Zach Wilson. I'm kidding. He was entertaining. Sparky's very entertaining. We love you, Sparky. Okay. Anyway, let's focus here. Okay, Packers Bears. Man, the Packers own the Bears. Ralph Mentor. This season has been very entertaining because listen, I like that Bears defense. I think me and you can agree with that. And shout out to Jonathan Owens. Shout out to Jonathan Owens, Simone Biles' husband. But listen, at the end of the day, is this, bro? I'm praying to God, please, Bears, hire the right coach for Caleb Williams because listen, Rob, I'll make a good example. Why is Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels, why are they succeeding? Well, first of all, Jaden is in a good organization now with my guy Adam Peters, okay, and Magic Johnson, and obviously that Sixers owner as well. You get who it is. But anyways, with that,
that's funny that he owns the Sixers and next door, or for the game at least, that he owns the Sixers. He was at the game at Lincoln Financial. And all too as well. I find that kind of funny, honestly. Yeah, that's just me.
And don't forget, he also owns the New Jersey Devils, which we don't give a fuck. Excuse my language, but that's very true. Okay, but listen. At the end of the day, Jaden has Cliff Kingsbury as the OC, which is good for him, and then Bo Nix has Sean Payton. So listen, the Bears needs to hire the right offensive coach, man. Because listen, do I like the defensive coach? Eberflus as the DC? Yes. My thing is, I don't mind defensive coaches being head coaches. They hire the right OC, Ralph Mentor. They have to, because if you don't, look at the Jets situation. I like Saleh as a defensive coordinator. Listen, but again, he's got to hire the right OC. I mean, you hired Hackett and you hired Todd Downing, and that's not good. And look at what the Raiders with AP, right? So I told you, listen, I want to support the brothers, but at the end of the day, you got to hire the right OC. So, anyways. Listen, the Packers. Listen, at the end of the day, Packers fans can talk shit to Bears fans because the Packers are the Bears' daddy. Especially for that block, another block of game-winning field goal. So Lord have mercy, right? But this is why the NFL season is so funny because I mean, shit, we'll talk about my team pretty soon. But fuck, CMC was on the Madden cover, and then the Madden curse is for real. Goddammit. But I'm kidding. But it's true. But Mahomes broke the curse, though. But no, in all seriousness, I just feel bad for Bears fans, Ralph, because the Bears' defense is so good. I'm just hoping for this. I'll just say this. I'm just hoping to God that hire the right coach. Maybe it is Ben Johnson. But my thing is, shit, if you're Ben Johnson, would you go to the Bears? Because I think Ben Johnson is we'll talk about the Lions pretty soon. But I think Ben Johnson wants to finish the job and winning the Super Bowl with the Lions. Because once that happens, maybe he'll leave Detroit. Maybe he'll stay. Who knows? Because he wants to be the highest paid guy, which you can't blame him with the way he's play calling now. But listen, at the end of the day, good job for the Packers, even though they won because of a blocked field goal. But listen, Rob, we can say this about the Packers. I like Jordan Love, but you don't know what love you're going to get. Bart, we love you, bro, but we don't know what love you're going to get. Sometimes this man plays like Cam Moore sometimes, right? Cam, he plays good, and he does some dumb shit like Brett Favre, right? That's what Brett Favre did. He did an amazing play, and in some other plays he does something stupid. So, anyways, with that being said, Rob, what's your thought with the Packers? And listen, I love just watching this young Packers team. And can we give a shout out to Josh Jacobs? I'm just happy that he went to a good team that has a good O-line, because as long as you have a good O-line, Josh Jacobs will succeed. Because, Rob, let's be honest, and Tim can be honest with this too. With the Raiders, that Raiders O-line was not good. Now, Jacobs went to a good O-line and see what happens, right? So anyways, with that being said, what do you have to say about this game? And Rob, I think you can agree with me. I'm just hoping that the Bears hire the right coach, hire the right offensive coach for Caleb Williams, because they have the weapons and they definitely have the defense as long as they're healthy. So, listen, at least they're not the fucking Jets or the fucking Jaguars, right? In my opinion. Because I think my guy Nonsense is right. The Bears have the roster. It's just the question is going to be, well, hopefully they can fix that O-line a little bit. Shout out to my guy Tate. But hopefully they can just hire the right coach. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I agree. I mean, they got everything there. They've been in these football games, the Commanders in this past game and all. They've been in these games and all, but can't just close it out at the end and all. And that's just all coaching and all, too, as well. I think that's why I kind of hesitate, because I was peeping something on Get Up and all, where they were asking Dominique what type of coach do the Bears need and all. He said not an offensive mind coach and all. I think I kind of agree, honestly. They just need someone who can teach discipline, i.e. Bill Belichick and all, too, as well. I think would be a great option for them, honestly, because I think that's what they're missing. Caleb Williams has had some moments, at least, and all. It's just lack of consistency. They fired Shane Waldron, and he looked better in the game against the Packers, where they had like a 19-14 lead for a stretch in the fourth quarter, at least, and also. I don't know. I kind of want them to get. I get the whole roster thing. Like they have the defense and all, even though like Tyreek Stevenson had his moment. I feel like Jalen Johnson in that game had his moment too as well, honestly. So I'm not sure if that's because of the coaching and all, where those guys are playing bad. Like look how I'm talking about Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner and all. Look at the coach. When there's bad coaching there, it could hurt their player. The stock of the players at least. And also, I'm a little concerned about that. At least, it could be just coaching though. So I may be, worried about something that's not real. Because obviously Matt Eberflus should not be there next season at least. No matter if they sneak in the playoffs or not.
He's a very good DC though. He's a very good DC. Yes.
Yeah, their DC is real. So that's why I was kind of with Nick honestly. Like, make sure you get a defensive-minded guy. Maybe you just find the right OC at least, just to make sure that defense. If that defense was able to be the same like they were last year, especially towards the end of the season and all, maybe you can go offensive-minded. But the fact that their discipline is kind of shady now, and it's because of coaching. I would blame coaching at least, even though the organization sucks with quarterbacks at least and all too as well. But they still have enough pieces at least, to that talent point at least, So I hope they can find the right coach. And honestly, I would love them to add a running back at least. I love Swift. I am a big fan of DeAndre Swift and all, but he's not that explosive guy that you need and all. Look at the difference with the Eagles and all, from Swift to Saquon Barkley at least. So that's just my thing with Swift and all. But for the Packers, I feel like for them, they are like the best matchup with the Lions at least. I get the hype with the Eagles now too as well. They're 8-2 in record and all. But I do believe it's the Packers. It's just Jordan Love's decision making. And no, I don't mind the gunslinging mentality, but it's just like picking and choosing when that is, honestly. So that's kind of my only worry with the Bears and all. I don't fault the whole, block field goal needed that to win the football game. It's a division game and all. The Bears are desperate as shit, honestly, too, as well. We know what a coaching change does and makes a difference, especially in the next week or the next game after the firing, at least. The Panthers, i.e., the Saints, i.e., and all too as well, firing Dennis Allen and all, and looking halfway decent, honestly, all of a sudden, all. So we'll see. I know there's another move and all. Joe Brady last year is my big move, honestly, to that of their run after firing Ken Dorsey and all, and losing losing that close game to the Eagles, and then going on their run to make the playoffs and all, winning the division and winning the playoffs and all. So, but for the so we'll just see there, honestly, with the Packers at least and all. I am worried about Jordan Love at least with his decision making at least, but they got everything else. To Josh Jacobs' points, Christian Watson, Dobbs. There's another Jalen Reed there too as well. The wide receivers at least.
Very young,
very young, and their defense wasn't good last year. Now it's good this year at least and all. So that's what I meant to say with that change at least with the Bears. That facing the Packers and being in that close game at least with the Bears, a division rival. I think they're on 9-game winning streak against them and all too as well. There's some desperation from the Bears at least. So that's why I don't fault the Packers being in that close game at least. But I am worried about Jordan Love still seeing an interception and all. Like I want to see some games with no interceptions and all. If I can get that, then I can trust the gunslinging moving forward at least. But it's just every game he's in, it's an interception or two. While they had Malik Willis there, no turnovers and all. So I was just like, and they played pretty damn well in those games too as well. Against lesser talent at least and all, but still, they played a clean game. When you have your best quarterback there, top 5 talent, in my opinion at least and all, at the quarterback position. If he's not giving you a clean game, it does give me some worry. And that's where my worry is with the Packers. I think they're the best matchup with the Lions at least and all. I just need Jordan Love to play a clean game at least and all. So, but there's nothing to hate though overall about them though. They're right where they need to be and all. They're in the best they're in the best division. Not the best division in football. One of the best divisions in football with an 8-2 Vikings and a 9-1 Lions at least and all. There's nothing wrong being 7-3 and all in my opinion. Especially with Jordan Love was out for like 2-3 weeks. The fact that you're 7-3 still, I think it's a good position you want to be in.
Of course. I'll make a good comparison with the NBA. See what happened when you changed to Darvin Ham to J.J. Redick. But we'll talk about that later on the show. My friend. All right. Jaguars, Lions. Let's laugh for the Jaguars. I'm praying for those Jaguar fans. Sadly, Ralph, man, I can't believe it, man. The best team in Florida is in hockey. I mean, the global warning, my friend, global warning. I swear to God, I'm praying for Cam Ward and those Miami Hurricanes. I'm cheering for Cam Ward. Hopefully, he can overcome those narratives with Miami Hurricanes. Because last time the Miami Hurricanes were good, it was Michael Irvin and that Ray Lewis defense. Shout out to Ray Lewis, yes sir. But all right. Listen, I know Detroit beat the Jaguars, but I'm going to give Detroit some players some flowers, and I'm happy for, and shout out to our guy, Greg. Listen, man, 2 touchdowns from, USC native, man, St. Brown, my goodness gracious. And Doug Peterson, this guy is so funny after the game. And how funny is it, bro? The GM for the Jacksonville Jaguars is the San Francisco GM, Trent Baalke. And this man, bro, man, you know what, Rob? I'm going to say this on my show, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. It's going to break my heart. God damn it. So, Baalke used to be the GM for San Francisco, right? And obviously him and Jim Harbaugh, what should have happened was Jim Harbaugh should have got the front office job, and obviously and then he should have got 2 jobs, the head coach and the GM, because we all know if Jim Harbaugh can build good teams. We've seen it. Now, with Trent Baalke, because if I was the GM and you were the GM, Rob Mentor, we would have drafted Hayden Hutchinson with Josh Allen because that would have been a lot better. But no, let's go with Trayvon Walker, right? So I mean, exactly, bro. Come on, man. The Niners would have drafted Hayden Hutchinson with Nick Bosa, the nepotism. No, I'm kidding. But no, but in all honesty, though, bro, listen. Detroit is building. I mean, it's like I want to call him the Detroit Ram because Brad Holmes came for the Rams, right? He's the type of guy that says fuck them picks. So listen, man, I'm just so happy for Lion fan because they've been suffering for all these years, and now they have a good GM finally. They have the right culture. They're building. I mean, they're going to draft good every year. Shout out to their brother Brad Holmes. But listen, Rock Mentor, I'm just so happy for my guy St. Brown. Listen, is Jared Goff a top 5 quarterback? No, but listen, he has good players around him. If you have a good play caller and a good offensive line around him, he's going to play well. Now, sometimes you don't know what Jared Goff you're going to get, but listen, with this team that he has, I do trust Jared Goff. I know some people don't. Hashtag Andrew, and I get that. We know why. Because if he was a different color, Andrew would love him. But listen, but at the end of the day, Ralph, me and you love this team. And listen, lo and behold, me and you are going to be right. I'm very, very confident with my Super Bowl pick. Now, you're probably not confident with your Texans pick, but I'm very confident with my Chiefs pick and my Lions pick. I can tell you that right now. So, Ralph, what players are you giving flowers in this game? I know they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars and Doug Peterson. And by the way, I think Peterson is going to get fired after the season. I know what Jacksonville is doing. Tank season. You feel me, Ralph Mentor? Tank season. But go ahead, yeah.
Aaron Glenn is getting my love for the Detroit Lions right now. He's got that defense humming right now, too, as well. It's a big part of these big games that they're having, honestly. I get that the offense is doing their thing, and all Ben Johnson's calling dope calls, at least, and all, especially with J-Mo, in my opinion. Shout out to Amon-Ra St. Brown, most definitely, man, the most consistent player on that team, at least. I mean, when you talk about those running backs, too, it gives them Montgomery and all. They're pretty damn consistent, too, as well. But that's the thing. They got 3 guys right now that you just know what you're going to get out of them, too, as well, with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Gibbs, and Montgomery and all. Goff is the real question, at least. And I think it's a fair question and all. Yep. But it's just the talent around them is the reason why I like them more than any other, more than any other team that's come out of the NFC over the past couple seasons.
Because they have rhythm right now, yes. Yep.
Yeah, when you talk about the Niners and the Eagles, at least, and all, it's the same type of football team and all, too, as well, when you look at the quarterback and you just had their questions and all. I just think this is the better variation of those type of football teams coming out of the NFC, at least, and all. They've hummed it up this year, too, as well. And I just think, again, I'm giving a shout out to Aaron Glenn, honestly, and those D-backs, Branch, Joseph and all, too, as well. They got a rookie there, and Arnold and all, too, as well. Yes. And I believe the Mosley should be coming back sometime soon, too, as well. Okay. He may not have an impact and all. He had a torn pec in the off season and all, training camp and all. So I expect same with Milano for the Bills and all, to come back late December, early playoffs at least, and all, just add depth. Not impact, but just depth at least and all to what they're doing and all. But it's a huge shout out to them, honestly, too, as well. I feel like Brian Branch is sneaking himself in this defensive player of the year category right now too, just with his impact and all. And he's got some numbers too as well with the interceptions and all. So that's my huge thing with the Lions and all. We know what's expected of them offensively and all. Got top, they got, if not the best, one of the best offensive lines in football at least and all too as well, or in the NFL right now too as well. So there's nothing, if Aaron Glenn can get this defense humming, or this defense continue to hum at least and all, without Aiden Hutchinson, and now you added Zadarius Smith and all, who got his sack in the first game he played for the Lions at least and all too as well. So it's just more about Aaron Glenn, that defense. Goff is a true question, but if this defense can play the way they're playing and all, it could help big time, so they can blow out some teams continuously at least and all, see if they can continue that in the playoffs at least and all.
I can't believe
I got nothing for the Jaguars, man. There's nothing there. Fire. Dumpster fire. That's perfect. They're the kittens. They're the kittens.
Exactly. I don't know who you can trust when it matters the most, the Jaguars or Big Purr, but it's all good. It's all good.
Big Purr right now. Out of your questions, it's usually neither, but the answer is definitely
you're right.
Big Purr right
You're right. But listen, we're not the GMs. It is what it is. We care about defense. That's what we care about. Okay. Speaking of your team, Ralph, listen, even though they lost, I don't care, bro. Drake, I can't believe I'm saying this, and I'm glad that players prove me wrong. Drake May might be the best D1C quarterback they have ever had, because Trubisky, and no offense to Sam Howell. But listen, I like Drake May. Is he Brady? No. But what I'm seeing with his playing abilities, I like bro, what's great about your team, you guys have cap space. I hope you guys sign the right players. Shout out to my guy Kendrick Bourne for getting a touchdown. But listen, bro, if you guys sign the right players for Drake May, and listen, I'm with Lucas. You're probably going to get off the lineman in the first round. But once you do, and you get weapons for Drake May, this guy is going to be in year two, I would not be surprised if he was good year two. But no, Ralph, even though the Patriots are losing, you have to be impressed with Drake May. But listen, before you go, shout out to my guy Stafford, 4th touchdown. Pookie Nicole got a touchdown. Cooper Kupp got a touchdown. Good job for the Rams for doing their job. But Ralph, you have to be impressed with Drake May, and I'm glad that he's proving the guy is wrong, even though the Patriots are losing at the same time.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. There is a worry, though. Like, end of games, interception. End of games, interception against the Titans and the Rams. With a chance to win the game, at least, when you have the ball in your hand, at least. So that's kind of the only concern and all. But he's got Demario Douglas finally going and all. He's got a guy named Pute, you know what I mean, as your ex receiver right now too as well. Was able to find Kendrick Bourne when he's in the game against the Rams at least and all too as well, when he finally got in there and all. So those are the type of things that I'm not gonna bring his name up, and I almost brought his name up, the former number 10 and all. But again, those are the type of things you're excited about, and he's rushing the ball. I think he's got over 200 yards in like 6 games, if not 7 games. In the games that he's played and all. So there's a lot of just talent that you haven't seen from the quarterback position since Brady, at least and all. I mean, Brady didn't give you the leg part, but obviously he gave you the arm, not the arm stuff, but it was all mine with Brady when he first came in, at least and all. So at least Drake May's not giving you that completely, at least and all, obviously, because you're losing football games, but the talent's there, at least and all. The off-platform plays too as well. He had a dope sidearm throw. I forgot to who. Maybe it was to Ramondre Stevenson, because it was a short throw at least. I can't remember who it was to. But he had his little like around the defender type of throw, similarly to Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, and Mahomes at least. You know what I mean? So he's showing you talent. I'm not trying to compare it to that. So I'm lowering my tone when I'm saying that. But again, he's showing your talent. He's showing talent at least, from the quarterback position, and is able to put up numbers too at the same time. And I think he had 300 yards against the Rams in this past game and all. If not, he was close there. The last quarter, but last time that happened was week 1.
Almost 282 yards. There we go. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he was close. Yeah, I knew he was close and all. So the last time that happened from a Patriots quarterback was back in week 1 of last year and all. 300-yard game. It took in 17 plus games, if not 20 plus games. Yeah, against Philadelphia, against a bad Philadelphia Eagles defense, at that time and all. So it wasn't a real game, honestly. So we're talking about 2 seasons and all, that you have a 300-yard performance and all. So the fact that he's inching closer to that, and each game that he's playing at least and all too as well, it's just impressive and all. So this high things and all, I was just like, I would just love a moment for him before the end of the season and all. With the ball in your hands at least and all, win that football game, get the ball in the end zone at least. And unfortunately, in that stretch, it was Jacoby Brissett that got that touchdown to Pute, ironically, against the Jets at least and all. So it wasn't Drake May that had that. If he had that game and all, I'd be very high on him right now. But he doesn't have that game yet. If he gives me that game, just asking for one game. Doesn't have to be a whole bunch of games by the end of the season. But if he can give you that one game and all, where he led you, be back for 3 quarters, I don't even care. But in that fourth quarter, 13-10, 17-14, a chance to win the game at least not with a touchdown. I want to see that. I don't want to see an interception in the game at least. No. So that's my one critique about him. But everything else, to your point, I'm high on him. Obviously, I'm there too with Lucas and all. I wouldn't mind Travis Hunter, or I think there's a receiver in Arizona I wouldn't mind too as well.
Ooh, T-Mac, yes sir. Okay, T-Mac.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind those. But what May has shown with subpar talent at the wide receiver position, if he just had some time, he can probably make some more plays and all. So I am there. I would like an lineman if it's available in the top 10 at least and all, and worry about the talent on the other, on the back end of the draft at least and all. But there's nothing not to like about Drake May with his first 6 to 7 games to start the season.
Of course. I will say this. Now, we made fun of this team in the offseason. You know what I mean? We did. The Steelers, because they, by the way how it was going, did they get Ayuk and yada, yada, yada. They got Patrick Queen. But I want to give Steelers a shout-out. I knew they were going to have a winning record because it happens for Tomlin almost every year. It's down to their brother, and I keep laughing at Steelers fans, Rob, because they want to fire the guy. Some Steelers fans do. The nepotism, right? Anyways, let's ignore that. We know who those people are. But listen, we know what Steelers fans, they're used to winning, right? That's what Steelers fans are, All right. But listen. This game was good. I know some people think, it was boring. But listen, this is Steelers football. First of all, this is a division game. That's number one. Number two, this is what Steelers want to be. They want to play defense, tough defense. Shout out to T.J. Watt. Shout out to Patrick Queen. And Arthur Smith's doing good this year. I mean, good for him. And ironically, you can argue Chris Boswell is probably right now the best kicker in the AFC North right now because Justin Tucker could be watched right now. But listen, if you make those field goals, maybe the Ravens win. Most likely. Who knows? But listen, Rob, here's the deal, bro. I'm nervous about Todd Monken, bro. Listen, I love what the Ravens have. Derrick Henry, we can go Bateman, we can go Flower, we can go Deontay Johnson. That's cool. But listen, bro, he's making me nervous. He's making me nervous, and when it comes playoff time, because I think Raven fans are with Raven fans, and I know you talk to some Raven fans. See, my thing with Raven fans, and I talk to them all the time. They're with me. Now, they like John Harbaugh, right? When people listen, remember him? He was in Philadelphia with Andy Reid. He was in that coaching staff. He was a special team guy. But listen, he's not an offensive guy. He's a special team guy. But my thing with the Ravens is just Tom Monken, bro. Bro, if you don't use Derrick Henry that much, you're going to lose. I get it. He fumbled the ball. I get all that, Ralph Mentor. But my thing is, if Derrick Henry does not get going, the Ravens are going to lose in the playoffs, bro. And that's the thing. And if I'm a Raven fan, the only guy Lamar does not make me nervous. He doesn't, to me. It's only Monken. And he's the only guy that could fuck this up. So, listen, I'm giving the Steelers flowers because I like Mike Tomlin. I love his attitude. Because let's be honest, Rob Mentor, because Tomlin has been dealing with a lot of stuff, and they somehow the Steelers are always having a winning season. He had to deal with the Le'Veon Bell shit, the Antonio Brown shit, and they still got winning season, right? With average quarterbacks, right? Especially Big Ben getting old, right? So with this team, let's ride with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, and lo and behold, they have a winning season once again. So, Ralph, what's your thoughts with this game? And I'm going to give the Steelers a flower because I like seeing Tomlin succeed and prove the haters wrong once again. I have been winning season almost every year so far. Shout out to the brother, Doug Tomlin. Let's go. And, hey, Steelers own the Ravens. They do. Somehow, some way, they do. Go ahead.
Yeah, one of the teams I was definitely wrong about because I definitely had them in the bottom of the AFC North to begin the season and all. I thought this would be clearly Mike Tomlin's losing season and all because I did not believe in Arthur Smith and all too as well going into this season and all. But they figured it out they've pieced it together and all. If you want, I feel like that's what they've done this year and all. But it's led to an 8-2 record and all. So I feel like they are. I mean, when I don't believe in the Eagles at least and all, and what's it called? It was the other team there, the Minnesota Vikings with the 8-2 record and all, both of them. I have a little bit more belief in the Steelers at least and all, because Mike Tomlin is going to be playing in close games and all, even against the Bills in the playoffs last year with Mason Rudolph as their quarterback. They're in a one-score game at the end of the game against the Bills and all too as well. Had to take a miraculous Josh Allen play to win that game and all too as well. So when I look at the Steelers at least, no, I do take them seriously. They got the elements that they need. They can play defense. They got a deep ball with Russell Wilson and the players like Pickens and now picking up Williams to make those plays and all too as well. And they're running Najee Harris, which is kind of a surprise honestly, because it seems like no OC with the Pittsburgh Steelers have been wanting to run Najee Harris since his rookie season at least and all. So there's a lot to like there too as well. I don't know. I don't have any worries with them honestly. It's just how Mike Tomlin plays these football games and all. So you expect them to be in these close games and all too as well. And it's just about a play here or there or a decision here and there, and you can give Tomlin an edge in certain situations in that too as well. So there's a lot to like there, and there's not a lot to like about the Ravens honestly too as well. To your Todd Monken point of running the football in certain situations, or just like running the football to start the game and running, basing your scheme off that and all. They seem to be wanting to throw the football with Lamar Jackson and still removing his legs away from those type of situations and all, even on that 2-point conversion, which I'm looking over again and all. Again, you're going east and west instead of going north and south in a situation like that. That's bad coaching in my opinion, all too. I was just kind of disappointed in Dan Quinn going forward on 4th and down, and you're going east and west. You're not going north and south and all too as well. So it's those type of decisions. I don't trust John Harbaugh in close playoff games too as well. Honestly, he hasn't looked good in those type of situations too as well, dating back to the years they've lost to the Patriots and all too as well. In the later years of the Patriots dynasty.
With Flacco,
with Flacco and all. So that's just my worries with the Ravens and all going into the playoffs and all too as well. The lack of use of Derrick Henry and all, the overemphasis of throwing the football down the field and all, and their defense not playing well in the back end and all season and all. This is probably their best game and all. And I think it's just more of a division game and all. Why this game was more close than what it was honestly, because with Tucker missing those kicks, you would have thought Pittsburgh won this game going out honestly, and it was still a close game because of the division thing too as well. As much as Baltimore hasn't had success against the Steelers, they're all close games and all at the end of it and all too as well. So there's a lot to like about the Steelers honestly, which I'm surprised to say honestly, when the division coming into this division, it's a Lamar Jackson led team and a Joe Burrow led team in these divisions and all. And Pittsburgh is by far, in my opinion, even though they got like 2 games I think on the Ravens, I think they're the best team in this division and all. And there's not a lot to like about the Ravens moving forward, honestly. It seems like the same problems that they have in the playoffs are showing themselves in the regular season. They're going in the playoffs. It's hard for me. If it was different coaching, maybe I'd feel different. That's a different scheme going into the playoffs and all, but I feel like it's going to be the same old thing, and Todd Monken just not running the football is going to be that new variation and all too as well to their struggles in the playoffs and all. So a lot to like about Pittsburgh, but not even though Baltimore 7-4 and probably clearly making the playoffs and all, there's not a lot to like about them going into it, especially if they're going to be sitting in the position where they don't have a home game, a home playoff game and all. I don't know. I don't like their prospects moving forward and all, even though Lamar Jackson's by far having an MVP season and all.
And listen. So listen, you know me, Rob. I'm always going to keep it real on my show. I always do. Listen, I like to entertain my team as well. Listen, the Super Bowl hangover was for real. There was a reason why I did not pick my team. And when we lost the Super Bowl, listen, shout out to my guy, Betting Monster. You got to take the advantage as you can in the Super Bowl and win it, man. Because if you don't, you never know when you're going to go back. And for this team, the Super Bowl hangover is for real. Because when we lost to the Chiefs in 2019. We got injured that year. People forget about that. Now I'm seeing that this year because it sucks we don't have Greenlaw. But what's crazy, I don't think the defense is low-key the problem. To me, it's really, really not. And it sucks we didn't have CMC week 1. I wish, but injuries happen. Bro, injuries happen. And also, shout out to my guy Nonsense. We are getting older. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to keep it real. We got to get younger because we got to get Trent's replacement. Well, we got to get Debo's replacement. Bro, just get younger. just like what the Bills did, because they got rid of Diggs at the right time, and and get younger players and get better. But no, in all seriousness, am I mad about the loss? Yes and no. Listen, Ralph, I would rather suffer with Kyle more than anything. You know how my fan base is. The Bay Area is crazy, and they're always going to get mad. I mean, listen, Bay Area, be grateful when the San Francisco Giants won the championship. Same with the Golden State Warriors. I know you're sorry for the Niners to win the Super Bowl and since the 90s, but just wait. We will win with Kyle. Listen, Kyle is dealing with what Andy dealing with for Philadelphia, okay? Listen, he's going through growing pains, and his birthday is next month. He's going to be 45 years old, and trust me, Rob, I told Snoopy's this. I would rather suffer with Kyle more than anything, because there's no better coach out there that I would trust over Kyle. So, I mean, it's easy to make fun of Kyle because he blows leads. But listen, it's a learning curve, bro. It's a learning curve. Trust me. And listen, the Niners, with Kyle and John, they always build a good roster. So I'm just hoping they drop well again. They sign the right players in free agency, and then we're going to be back. The Super Bowl next year is going to be Santa Clara. I will say we will be back with that, because if we don't make the Super Bowl next year and we host it, then I'm going to be fucking pissed off, Rob Mentor. But listen, at the end of the day, shout out to Seattle. Good for them, and good job for Stino. Bro, I even tweeted it out. I kept it real on Twitter. I knew when Nick Bosa got ruled out. And ironically, that boy is having a good season with the presidency. Laugh out loud, right, Mentor? But listen, other than that, you're praying. But other than that, when he got ruled out, that game was over, because without Bosa, our pass rush is not good, bro. And that's the thing with any NFL team. When one person gets hurt, then your position gets depleted, right? Because of one guy. Some teams can get away from that. Some teams can't. So, Ralph, I'm gonna give Gino credit. And listen, I do think the Niners bounce back, but it's just not gonna be this year, because I like Nonsense said, the Niners are older, and when you have older players, they're gonna get hurt, and it is what it is. I mean, Rob, we're old. Listen, I'm 28 years old. Shit, if I was playing football, I would get injuries. I mean, fuck. I mean, I would. I mean, I'll be honest with you. This is why we gotta give athletes some credit for being older. Hashtag LeBron James, because I mean, some people out there cannot play sports out there at their ages. People think it's easy, but it's not. But with that being said, let's focus on football, though. What's your thoughts about this game? But I will say this, Ralph. I do like Seattle's future with their coach. I do. Now, hopefully they can get a future quarterback, because I'll say this. I don't think they can get him, but you know who I would love Seattle to get, and it will be a perfect scenario? I would like Cam Ward to go to this team, Seattle. You know what I mean? Keep Geno Smith one more year, and then Cam can learn with Geno, but I don't think that's going to happen. But go ahead, Ralph. What's your thoughts about this game? I can just tell Niner fans this. The Super Bowl hangover is for real. And my advice, whoever's the Super Bowl, you better win it. Because if you don't win it, I don't think that team is going to go back the next year.
Well, I don't know about the Niners, man. I got some questions for them, honestly, too, as well. I'm trying to be so respectful right now.
I don't know.
I don't know.
See, I'm not going to be upset with Ross. And Niner fans get mad at Rob Mentor for calling Brock Purdy his man. Listen, he's a 7th-round quarterback for a reason, Rob Mentor. He's going to look good, and then he's going to look like a 7th-round quarterback. It is what it is.
It circles around them, honestly, because I feel like there's no talent there. I mean, there's like no talent there. Yeah. Say that. The injuries, obviously, is the reason why there's no talent there, honestly. So I feel like his game has, subsided. I guess lack of a better word, at least, to a degree, at least. No, it's not bad. Yeah. I'm not saying he's bad or anything like that. But since they don't have that talent, or the talent's not there readily, at least, he hasn't looked the same, at least. Your offense was a shit ton more explosive last year and all too as well.
Yes, it did.
And I'm just knocking Purdy for it because I don't think he's that type of guy. Like, I'm a big Lions guy right now. You got everybody knows and all. And I do not put Goff in no MVP category. I give the credit of the Montgomerys, the Amon-Ra St. Browns, and the Gibbs because more than Jared Goff and all. I don't care. Like, no offense to Snugs and all, but these are the type of numbers he would throw out with Purdy and all on third downs and all, with the blitz and all, and he would have high-ass numbers and all. Look at Jared Goff right now, having perfect games, having perfect streaks with Amon-Ra St. Brown when he's targeted and all. And I could give two shits and all, too, as well. And I'm a Lions guy, not a true Lions fan, where Snugs is with a Niners fan. But I could give two fucks about that, because we know it's the talent of Amon-Ra St. Brown, the talent of Gibbs, the talent of the old line, like, all of that's the reason why Goff is having a great year like that. It's not because it's Josh Allen is there and it's the rest of the team. Lamar Jackson's there and the rest of the team and all. History will tell you Mahomes is there and the rest of the team, but his stats won't tell you this year, at least and all. So I won't go too far with him, at least and all, for the past 2 seasons and all. But Purdy's not there, and the rest of the team. It's the team and Purdy. The Lions and Goff, at least. I feel like it's more of a partnership than the CEO tag we throw on quarterbacks and all. That fits with Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson and all. I don't think it fits with Brock Purdy and all. I feel like that's like a huge. I get the injuries and all too as well, but I feel like if Brock Purdy was that type of quarterback, I think in those close situations and all, he can make those. He can make more of those plays at least and all.
Yeah.
But that's my worry again with Brock Purdy and why.
I tell you what,
go
though,
ahead.
He can definitely run though. He can.
He'll make his play. That's how he made those plays in the playoffs at least. He made those big runs against the Packers and the Lions at least. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to dog like he's not a good quarterback or anything like that too. But those flaws at least and all, I think does hurt why the Niners are where they are right now. And again with Purdy at least and all too as well, I do agree with you. You got to go young and all, because now you're standing there, have to give him crazy money, unfortunately, and all. I mean, I will see like how he plays and all. He can make the Jalen Brunson move and take less and all.
A friendly deal, bingo, yes.
Yeah, a friendly deal at least and all. I think he's that type of individual too as well, to look at himself like that. Of course, not to take a full $60 million deal like Dak did and all too as well, like play it out at least. And all. You know what I mean? So that's my worry about the future, about the Niners at least too as well. And all too as well. I do think they're a playoff team too as well. I don't think this division's over and all. We're trusting the Cardinals to be consistent for the rest of the season. The Seahawks losing to the Giants earlier at home and all too as well and all, and then the Rams and all too as well. I get why you have them as the favorite at least and all, but I don't trust them either and all. They gave up almost 300 yards to Drake May and all too as well and all. So their NFC West is so flawed that the Niners can still win it and all, so I don't think they're so falling off yet. Next year, if Purdy doesn't sit there and bug you about a contract at least and all too as well, I think they're fine too as well and all. So I think overall, I think they're fine. I hope Vince didn't have a technical issue, because I don't see him on here right now, but let's see. I'll wait it out.
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
There
you.
you go.
I was just about to
It was
text
my
you
Wi-Fi.
too.
It was my Wi-Fi. I'm sorry. There you go.
Okay.
There we go. There you go.
All
God
right.
damn
I
it!
was
Come on,
about
come
to
on,
say.
Jersey, with the Wi-Fi. Okay, yeah. You were saying about the Niners. You're worried about the Niners. Something? What happened?
Yeah, just the Purdy situation and all too as well. That's just what it is, honestly. With the deal coming up and all, because I do agree they need to make a
Yeah.
youth movement and all.
Yeah.
But can it work out with Purdy too as well? Can he take less money and you don't have to go so youthful at least and all too as well? So that's only my worry and all. Again, I'm not worried about the Niners not making the playoffs so far this year and all. Like the Cardinals have been inconsistent, the Rams have been inconsistent, the Seahawks have been inconsistent with that loss to the Giants at home and all. So I'm just more concerned. I'm not so concerned about them with their playoff prospects this year. I still think they're a scary team to worry about if they're able to get healthy. And I think it's going to start happening in the second half of the season and all, with CMC back and all. Pierre Saul's been back from that incident and all, from the off season and all too as well. And I believe Trent Williams hasn't been playing and all, but I don't think it's an injury where he's going to be out for the rest of the season and all. So I don't think you guys are completely out yet. I'm just worried about, like, my knock on Purdy and all, I think just came true with the injuries at least and all this year. I don't think he's that type of elite quarterback. I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback or anything like that. But I don't think he's bad or anything like that. I think you can win similarly to Jared Goff's doing with the Lions at least and all. I don't think he's that far off at least and all. But just, youthful movement at least and all. I don't think the prospects are out with the Niners at least and all. But going into the off season, does he take less money so they don't go? Because I feel like if he takes a lot of money, there's a huge step back next year for the Niners. If he doesn't though, and he just takes, he takes his money, but respect that he doesn't. I don't think he deserves $60 million at least. No, but respect he takes 35 to 40, and they're able to have some extra money to help out the rest of the roster to, add some vets to help with that youthful movement and all. Maybe keep Debo and all too. So you never know at least and all. So that's just my thing at least. And I want that foundation to still be there. Now I don't want them to completely rely on Purdy to be that top end quarterback at the end at least. So that's just that'd be my only worry. But I don't think you guys are at the playoffs yet and all. It's just, to your point, a Super Bowl hangover. And these teams are a little bit better, but they're not so consistent where they're going to take over the NFC West, in my opinion, over the next now or in the future at least.
Yeah. This is actually the first time I'm using data on my podcast. Look at that. Come on, Wi-Fi, goddammit. All right, but listen. Broncos, Falcons, the Falcons, bro. God damn, bro. Listen. Okay, this makes it short and sweet. Good job for Bo Nix. 4 touchdowns, 370 yards. Listen, I won't agree with Mentor with this. The Broncos defense will show off for some games. Obviously, they didn't show off against the Ravens. But listen, the Broncos are not giving up. And, shit, you can make jokes about Sean Payton owns the NFC South, and he does. He does. But listen, at the end of the day, the Broncos are winning some games, and they might make the playoffs. But at the end of the day, no, seriously, shout out to Bo Nix. Now, is he going to win Rookie of the Year? No, I don't think so. But would it surprise me? Yes and no. But listen, I think right now it's going to be Jaden. But shit, if Bo Nix keeps playing like this, and he's playing well with the passing yards, shit, he might get it. But Ralph Mentor, you're in Georgia. The Falcons are going to Falcons. Listen, I want to believe in Raheem Morris, and I still do. But there's some games the Falcons are going to win, and the Falcons are going to lose to, they lose games that they should win. Is that fair to say? Is this typical Falcons football pretty much that you're used to? I'm sorry. There you go. Go ahead.
No, you're right with that. Like, they shouldn't have beaten the Eagles and all, and they won that game and all, and then they sit here and lose games like this and all to the Broncos. It'll just look bad, because I'll give the Broncos credit too, to your point. The defense is actually legit and all too as well and all. So I won't diss them too much in that type of aspect and all too as well. But it's just typical Falcons football and all too as well. You think they're done, and now they'll sit there and drop 30 points next week too as well, and they'll go away win at least and all. So it's just showing how inconsistent they've been this season and all. This is who they are, at least, and all. So I don't think it's too much about them, even though they lost by 30-plus points, at least, and all, close to 30-plus points in this game and all. But the Broncos, I'm not so high on. I'm going to taper it a little bit, too, as well, because I did expect them to make some noise this year in the NFC West and all. I thought they would be battling for a bottom spot in the AFC at least and all too this year and all too as well. So I'm not so surprised where they are at least and all too as well. I don't think they're gonna fly out and win a whole bunch of games and all and hold on to a wild card spot, but they'll still be there. To your point, they're gonna fight at least and all too as well. I feel like because I feel like this game was more indicative of the Falcons. I'm more impressed about their close near win against the Chiefs and all, and it took a blocked field goal for the Chiefs to win that football game at least. And all. So their defense showing out in that type of performance and all, I know that they're real enough. They're going to fight throughout the rest of the season and all too as well. I will give them, I like them more than the Chargers at least and all. So I feel like the Chargers schedule has been a little bit and I feel like even though the Broncos schedule has been a little bit I feel like their competition has been a little bit more tough at least and all throughout the season. I don't think the Chargers have seen the Chiefs so far this year, if I'm not wrong, at least. And also to that, at least, the Broncos facing the Chiefs first, at least. I feel like the schedule is a little bit more tougher, at least. So we'll see how the Chargers fare against the Chiefs going forward, at least. But to that point, I think the Broncos are better than the Chargers, so maybe they can still sneak in as a wild card, at least. But to Bo Nix, at least, I'm still about it too as well, honestly. Yeah. I'm still about it. I don't think he's bad, though, because I'm going to say, though, this is a pretty damn good quarterback class, at least. And we still haven't seen Michael Penix and J.J. McCarthy and all. Both teams have winning records, at least. So it's a very damn good draft class. I'll give it that. Even though Caleb Williams has been inconsistent, I still think he's pretty good enough to have a future with him going forward and all. So to that point, I'll give Bo Nix some love there, at least. But I'm still about them and going forward, at least. But I will credit their fight. I will credit Sean Payton, at least, being serious throughout the season and all. And I think it's shown in their play throughout the season.
Well, Bills and Chiefs. I mean, let's be real. And ironically, we can let them. I mean, the Chiefs are just very funny. They signed Tyquan Thornton. Ironically, right? The Bill Belichick drafted that guy, and this JB. Me and JB made a joke. I mean, could he be better than Kadarius Toney? It would have surprised me. But listen, at the end of the day, listen, man, good job for the Bills. But listen, Rob, we see this shit every time with the Bills. And shout out to our guy, Widow, right? Listen, I want the Bills to succeed. Do they have the quarterback to win the Super Bowl? Yes. My only worry with the Bills is really one thing. Actually two things. It's Sean McDermott and that kicker. Because, listen, we've seen the Bills do this in the regular season. Listen, Widow knows this because he said this on his face. And I like Widow because he keeps it real. Listen, bro, he literally said, listen, congrats, we beat the Chiefs, but let's beat these motherfuckers in the playoffs. Which, that's true, bro. That's true. Because if Sean McDermott is good in the regular season, become playoff time, if your defense does not show up and beat the Chiefs, and you probably have to go travel to Kansas City, because the only quarterbacks I believe that can beat Kansas City, it's really 3 quarterbacks in the AFC. Well, potentially Herbert pretty soon, but not this year yet. But you get the idea. For me, it's CJ and then Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Those are the quarterbacks I believe that can probably beat Kansas City. But listen, bro, I think you're in the same mode. Shout out to Josh Allen. Actually, he was your MVP before the season started. And shit, if he can play like that, Josh Allen, Bills definitely have a chance. But listen, let's slow our roll for a little bit because let's keep it reading. Kansas City is like the LeBron Cavaliers. They care about the playoffs because, listen, shout out to my guy Brando. I understand why he's not high in the Chiefs because offensively, and I get all that route. But let's be real. Come playoff time, that offense is going to show up, and when they do, the Chiefs are going to be unstoppable to be beat. And listen, they're going to get some guys back, Pacheco, Hollywood Brown, and as long as they get those guys back, they're going to click in the playoffs. We know how the Chiefs are, Ralph. Listen, I got fooled last year. I thought we were going to win it. And lo and behold, Nico Hartman got the game-winning touchdown. God damn it. But go ahead.
J MVP Allen right now. That's like the best thing to say and all. Because I'm still on the Bills, unfortunately, and all. It's not a team that I would trust in the playoffs, at least, too. So, but Josh Allen, I guess, in some way, I'm happy for him, at least not because he's proven the haters wrong, like, someone like Andrew Jones saying, like, oh, no Stephon Diggs, man, is he going to struggle and all? Is he still going to be the same Josh Allen? And the turnovers, at least, have definitely decreased, obviously this season and all, too, as well. So I'm obviously a huge fan and all, the team and all. Unfortunately, I'm about it. There's a lot to like them. A lot to like about them, in my opinion, all, but I don't know. I guess it's the Sean McDermott thing. The Tyler Bass thing I get, but I feel like they can overcome it and all. But I don't know if they can overcome Sean McDermott and all. Tyler Bass hasn't been too bad. He had a clutch field goal against the Chiefs and all in this past game at least, but I'm just worried about Sean McDermott at the end of it, and also even though with the 9-2 record, which is an impressive record, I'm still about it. I'm high on Josh Allen. He's got his MVP sewn up and all, as long as he doesn't have a similar game against I think the Texans where he went 9 for 30 in that football game. So doesn't have another game like that, he should be fine at least, but it's just an right now too as well. I am with you about the quarterbacks that can beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead at least and all. Those are the three that I would believe in too as well and all. But even Russell Wilson, I'll throw there with how the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing. I'll give them a shot at least and all too as well. But still, I'm still about the Bills and all. The running game is there, the defense is there, the Von Miller showing up too as well, making big plays in the second half at least and all. Matt Milano, I would expect, is coming back too as well, so it could help the defense even more, honestly. Their O-line is top, one of the best in the league too as well, honestly. It's just Sean McDermott that makes me really question if they can make some type of run this year, because out of all the years that they've been good, honestly, and they've made an AFC championship in their history, in their recent history at least and all too as well. This could be their best team that they've had and all. And I'm still questioning it because of Sean McDermott and all. But Chiefs, take nothing out of it. It's the first loss of the season and all.
Of course.
I don't care how bad Mahomes has looked at least and all. They're still a team that you should fear at least not going forward at least and all. The defense doesn't look great at least and all, but still, maybe they turn it up in the playoffs. Not maybe. They do turn it up in the playoffs and all too as well. So, but it's just a lot about what I take out of this game is just Josh Allen is sowing himself as the MVP this year and all. So that's really what I take out of it at the end of it.
Yes, sir. Now, Bengals and Chargers. Listen, I'm so happy for my guy, Big Baby, man. I mean, Charger fans have been suffering for all. I mean, we all know Chargers always have talent, but I'm just so happy they finally have a fucking coach, bro. I mean, we always love Jim Harbaugh saying, "Ain't nobody like us, nobody." Listen.
Nobody.
Exactly. Nobody, baby. Exactly. Hey, Jim Harbaugh has to get that song. Listen, with that being said, Ralph, listen, it's so funny because we had that Spider-Man meme, right? It's your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. Because I thought the Chargers, you know what's funny? I literally tweet. You probably saw my tweet, right? Did I see Brandon Staley's scheme? Because I thought we were about to see the Brandon Staley's circus right there on defense. But listen. At the end of the day, I love Joe Burrow, man. It's just, bro, you got to pay your fucking players, bro. They're going to lose to Higgins, and what is the problem if they do? And their owner is very cheap, bro. See, my thing is they would have keep Rouzier, they would have keep Jesse Bates. I don't think the Bengals have this problem, Rob Mentor, but it is what it is. That's what teams get, right? So with that being said, listen, the Chargers are going to be good, and this is year one, bro. Jim Harbaugh always wins. Shit, you can argue that Jim is probably better than John Harbaugh. Shit, you can argue if Jim Harbaugh was with the Ravens, Lamar probably has a Super Bowl, but that's not nor here nor there. And it's funny because Jim has his former OC, Greg Roman, ironically, right? But anyways, that's not nor here nor there. But listen, good win for the Chargers. Man, Rob, your agendas in 2024 are so good, huh? Betting Monster, the Sixers, the Knicks. Man, it's such a good year for you. All for Philly as well. And hopefully the Eagles ain't losing the playoff because for your agenda, especially for this show. But listen, overall, Ralph, before the season started, you were like, I don't know about the Chargers. But you know what? I think you're in agreement with me with Jim Harbaugh because every time when he goes somewhere, he wins. Stanford. I think he was at San Diego State. And then the Niners, right? And then you go to Michigan and he won the championship. And he always has a good staff and he always has a good roster. I mean, that's kind of Shanahan is, right? Because Shanahan, it's the same thing. Good roster, but didn't win when it matters the most, though. But I think Jim can overcome that, especially the GM that he has, because the GM that he has came to the Ravens, and obviously I'm going to call this team the LA Ravens because it's Jim and John are going to share. Trust me, remember when we lost to the Ravens? Who did we get after that year? Aquan Bolden, all of a sudden, that asshole Aquan Bolden that scored on us in the Super Bowl. But with that being said, Rob Mentor, what's your thoughts about this game? This game was good. It was great. It was great. It was back and forth. But at the end of the day, it's fair to say the Chargers have the better coaching than the Bengals. And this is what the Bengals get for not playing their players and for being cheap, right? But go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, but Jesse Bates basically is just point to this, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I agree with you with Jim Harbaugh and obviously changing programs in a snap of a finger and all too as well. But I don't know about there you go. But I don't trust the Chargers and all. I know they were up 28-6 and all. I didn't watch the game. I peeped the tape after and all. But
yeah.
I feel like if they dominated that game against the Bengals and all, I probably would feel different about them and all. But they had a 28-6 lead. It seemed like the playoff game against Trevor Lawrence all over again, where it's a tied football game in the fourth quarter and all. So it seems like the same old football team and all too as well. I'm not jumping on. Justin Herbert is a top 10 quarterback. I think I put him in my top 10 before the season, just because of his talent at least and all. But I still don't trust him. He just looks like Jay Cutler to me, honestly, too, as well. Like an elevator. I'll give JB this whole elevator incident in the offseason and trying to use that Jim Harbaugh to turn him into some type of leader and all. So I really think that's his issue, honestly, is galvanizing a locker room and all. But the guy he's that talented that he needs to have that ability to galvanize a locker room and all too as well. At the quarterback position, no shit either, honestly. So I like the principles that Jim Harbaugh's added with the running game and all, the O-line and all too as well, emphasizing the defensive line when healthy with Nick Bosa and Khalil Mack there too as well.
And former Ravens, J.K. Dobbins,
with the running game and all, Gus Edwards there too as well, another former Raven and all, but it's just about their defense. Derwin James has basically been healthy all year and all, just a weird suspension by the league and all. I think is the only game he's missed this year.
Very soft.
Okay, so it was against the Chiefs. So they have faced the Chiefs and all this year. Yeah, because ironically, when he got suspended, this was against the Chiefs and all too as well. So I won't knock their
conspiracy theory, but exactly.
Yeah, I'll give them that honestly too as well. So I won't knock their schedule too much the way I knocked it earlier when we were talking about the Broncos and all too as well. But I don't know. I'm not there yet where I can trust them and all, even with their 7-3 record and all, which should be impressive. I just don't know. I don't know if I trust them yet and all. We'll see how they look throughout the rest of the season and all. It is impressive the way they pulled that out. At least and all, give Justin Herbert credit of making a play at least and all, even after not making any type of plays and all to stop that 28-6 comeback by the Bengals at least and all. But we'll see. I'm more in a we'll see type of position with them. And I'll still give the Bengals a chance of making the playoffs and all. I know they have 7 losses and all, so one more loss and all may put them out and all. But again, I feel like in the AFC, I don't think you need the 500 record to make the playoffs and all. So I don't think they're completely out yet. But it's definitely teetering close for them too. Their defense just sucks, honestly, to your not spending money point and all. It's just terrible how bad their defense and all. And their defense was pretty good last year when they didn't have Joe Burrow there and McCarron was their quarterback and all. So I look at it weird on how the defense has really fallen off this year.
Man, what a 2024 season, huh? I mean, somebody that we know that, criticized Tatum and loves Joe Burrow, and now all of a sudden he's having to get back.
It would have been perfect if your Dodgers didn't win the World Series, but I'm happy for you, so I'll get over it. But for Betting Monster and those disgusting out words about Jason Tatum, and I'll call him out like that in June and all. Like, it's no surprise that Joe Burrow is struggling, and there's no surprise that Paul George ain't doing shit for the 76ers. I hope we have time for NBA and all, but
we do.
There's no surprise there, honestly. I mean, I try to help them. I had these big-ass arguments on your Twitter Spaces, on your show there, the Good Morning Vince Saiz show. Like, I was trying to save them and all. Like, I wasn't doing that to be angry or to be emotional or to be extra passionate and all. Like, bro, you're saying some wild shit right now. I'm trying to save you and all, too, as well. And this is only 24. 25 can change drastically and all, too, as well, for those two teams and all. But it's not too surprising, at least coming from his perspective, to be, for those two teams to be down and out the way they are right now and all, but that's just my moment of comedy right now.
Ironically, Rob mentioned the irony, huh?
It's very strong to me, honest. It's very strong, man. It's hard to ignore at this point, honestly.
Now let's make this fun of the city of Dallas, right? Because see, Ralph. Listen, I love crackers on my clam chowder. If you know what I mean. So what does Vince Saiz mean by that? Now, I'm not going to talk about the Mavericks that lost to the Utah Jazz that the Lakers beat yesterday. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that, Rob Mentor. What I'm going to talk about is something is happening in Dallas. So, Ralph, it's so funny with the theories, right? So, shout out to your guy, the GOAT of tight ends, Robert Gronkowski, because he said Jake Putt has more wins in Dallas, more than the Cowboys. So, there you go. Shout out to my guy, Grunk, our guy, Grunk. for
right?
sure.
Jake Paul's got the most wins at AT&T Stadium this year. Now, the Dallas Cowboys are what, 0-5 right now at home games right now? That's crazy. Yeah.
No, Raul, I'm gonna make you more live. This is why I'm making it entertaining for the show, for our show. So now something was happening in the roof. I don't know if I saw a cat, but whatever. Something is happening in Dallas in that roof, and something fell off. So listen, the Cowboys are falling apart. I'm not really surprised with their moves this year. I'm not really surprised. If you signed Ezekiel Elliott, maybe I thought it was going to be like a farewell tour for Dak, but obviously it wasn't. But listen, I will say this. I'll make Dallas fans happy with this. At least they're gonna get Paige Beckers. Can I make Can I make them happy with that? There you go. Congratulations, you got Paige Beckers. Because shit, I would have been happy. I would have been more happy if she was an LA Spark. But it's okay. Juju Watkins for 2026. Laugh out loud. All right. Enough said. But Ralph, shout out to my guy Joe Mixon. He won me my fantasy this week. All I needed was 7 points. And he got it with 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns. Thank you, Joe Mixon. I'm so happy for him. The Bengals are so stupid, but as long as Joe Mixon is used right in Houston, I'm so happy for However, I'm with JR and I'm with my guy Brando. First of all, good job for the defense. Texas defense is showing up. What makes me nervous is 2 things, Rob Mentor, and I'm with JR and I'm with Brando. CJ's decisions and Bobby Slovis, and obviously that O-line for the Texans because you don't know what Texans team is going to show up on offense. Now, you know what Texas team is going to show up on defense because we trust it because of D'Amico Ryans. Now, which offense is going to show up? Now, hopefully Nico Collins, knock on wood, stays healthy. You know what I mean? Knock on wood. Let's go John Mechie. But the main guy we got to talk about, former Philly, by the way, Derek Barnett got the interception, got the fumble, got the touchdown. But anyways, ironically, right, the irony. But listen, it's so fun when the Cowboys lose. Thank God I'm not a Cowboys fan. Thank God I'm a Niners fan because we actually have talent more than them. But no, it's funny, Ralph Mitchell, because I got a friend named Gus. He's a Yankees fan, he's a Mavericks fan, and he's a Cowboys fan. God bless his heart in 2024, bro. But no. But I will say this: I made my boy Gus happy with this. Gus, would you rather be the Panthers, the Jaguars, the Bears, or the Raiders at this point? Listen, at least the Cowboys have a quarterback. Listen, we make fun of Dak, but in the regular season when he's healthy, I think with the right coach, he's not bad. He's not bad. Like, people act like he sucks. Listen, he's a lot better than the other quarterbacks out there, goddammit. But listen, at the end of the day, Ralph, Cowboys are the Cowboys. See, Ralph, here's the thing. Why does Cowboy fans always get tricked every fucking year? See, if I'm a Cowboys fan, I mean, I would jump out of the roof, goddammit. No, I'm kidding. I'm never gonna do that. Shout out to my guy Nonsense. He would never do that either. But sometimes he makes some crazy bets out there. But no, Ralph, and hopefully he made money yesterday. But Ralph, what's your thoughts about this game? And you can make fun of the whole city in Dallas. The only thing that we can make Dallas happy, they're gonna get Paige, and good for them. But I can't wait to see Paige with Enrique's sister, right? But go ahead, go ahead.
Wow. My bad. You'll appreciate why I got distracted. I was watching Dalton Connect drop 8 threes all over again, honestly, on my TV and all. What team were you bringing up? I'm so sorry. My bad.
Oh, this guy brought mentor.
I got mesmerized with Dalton Connect. Real shit, honestly.
No, I mean, listen, we know basketball. We knew he was going to fit with JJ and LeBron, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But no, Rob.
What game did you bring up? You don't have to go TV. What game was it?
It was Texans Cowboys.
There you go. You bring up the Dallas Cowboys and their fans and stuff like that. Trust me, I was with you, and I just got mesmerized real quick and all. But I feel like Jerry Jones has been setting us up and all too, as well, in my opinion, because he waited to the day of Game 1, Week 1, to sign Dak Prescott and all too, as well. Buffoonery in the free agent market, especially at the running back position. To your earlier point about our recording, look what Joe Mixon's done for Houston. Look what Josh Jacobs done for the Green Bay Packers, especially when Jordan Love was out and all. Derrick Henry, obviously, for Lamar Jackson, and at the end, Saquon Barkley for the Eagles and all too as well. So I just feel like Jerry Jones has been playing us as fools, and I feel like he's been setting up the blow up from behind the scenes and all too as well, because everyone that we talked to, at least, were not high on the Cowboys and all. going into the season because nothing made sense. You added no talent. You had to give the Eagles credit. They added Saquon Barkley and all. The Commanders changed up regime and all and added a rookie quarterback.
Austin Eckler, yeah.
And Austin Eckler, that deep too as well. So they made moves at least and all too as well. And they struck gold at least. We'll see with Lattimore at least. But still, they made moves. They're doing something to their football team while the Cowboys just standing pat the whole time. And
No, Ralph. That was made moves.
You got it. There you go.
That was made moves. Jonathan Mingo.
There you go. I was about to say, I knew you had it lined up for that too as well. So, and that didn't make sense. That's a future move. That's not a right now move to help you presently right now. Maybe not even a move to help you next year right now. Jonathan Mingo is a developmental project, no different from Trey Lance that you traded for mid-season a couple seasons back too as well. If not, it was like last season that they did that and all too as well. So I just think they've been setting up for the blow up in my opinion too as well. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me when we talk about the Raiders and the Titans and the quarterback and all. Whoever strikes out is probably chasing down Dak Prescott and all too as well. It wouldn't surprise me that they pay I know there's a crazy cap hit, but I think the Dallas Cowboys are blowing it up that bad, but they want to be top end in the draft next year too as well. Honestly, and obviously maybe this year too as well, depending how things shake out and all too as well. So I think we've been bamboozled by Jerry Jones and all. We knew how stupid the Zeke move was. We knew how stupid it was for not to make any type of move for their O-line too as well. Honestly, with losing Tyron Smith and all, and getting older with Zach Martin and all too as well. Like we just knew, and they didn't have anybody to their defense and all too as well. And also we just knew. Yeah, and you lost Dan Quinn, your defensive coordinator, who I think was a big part of their defense,
yes, it was.
Being as good as it was over the past couple seasons, because it was just a a penalty riddled defense. From the first two seasons when he first got there and all. So I think we've been bamboozled by Jerry Jones and all too as well. So to you Dallas Cowboy fans and all too as well, I think you guys will be all right in my opinion and all too as well at the end of it and all. But I think their season was kind of mapped out and all from us, and I think from Jerry Jones behind the scenes and all. But that's just an opinion and all. It's not a true perspective at the end. But with the Texans and all, I'm not so worried as much as you think I would be, honestly, too as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because of their defense playing well and all, I just think having a bad O-line doesn't really keep you out from making noise in the playoffs and all too as well. We've seen
teams, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, we hashtag Joe Burrow, honestly. I think C.J. Stroud is that type of quarterback that can play with a bad O-line and all. Like, he dealt with that in the playoffs last year, in my opinion, and he was in the game against the Ravens and all. And they added talent, which was why I was high on the Texans this year too as well and all. So they have their struggles offensively and all. I do think that C.J. Stroud is kind of getting figured out and all too as well to a degree. To a degree, at least, and all. I feel like if he had his healthy weapons throughout the season, I don't think it would have mattered and all. So with Nico Collins back, at least, and all, I think that could happen where he can have himself a good game, like a good 60-minute game before the playoffs start, at least, and all. So I'm still high on them as long as that defense shows out and all too, as well as the Stingleys, the Petries of the world too as well, and all on the back end and all. They got I like the Shahirs and the Andersons and the Hunters in their front seven and all. As long as those two guys keep playing the way they're playing, even though the Texans kind of struggle against the Cowboys and all, I still like them to make noise in the playoffs and all. Just get into the playoffs, in my opinion, and get fairly healthy and all. I think they'll be right there to be in the football game against the Chiefs, against the Bills, against the Ravens, against the Steelers, anybody that they face in the playoffs and all. I'm still high on them still.
All right, let's go with a Week 12 picks, and then you can give me your power rankings. All right. So tomorrow's game, Steelers-Browns. I'm going Steelers in Cleveland tomorrow.
Oh, that's the Thursday night game? Wow.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Give me Steelers.
All right. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Texans over Titans. Let's move on. Okay, Vikings. Oh, this is a good division game. Vikings at Chicago, Ralph Mentor. So I'm going Vikings, but that would be so funny if the Bears win that game, ironically. But I got Vikings.
I got Chicago.
Oh, okay, upset. Okay.
I think it's the streak and the karma why the Packers won that game and all. I do like what the Bears did last week. I think it continues. I give them the division win against the Vikings.
And speaking about this game, Mika Parsons, do me a favor. Switch teams, go to the Commanders. And they have cap space. Commanders have cap space. I would love that. But Cowboys at Commanders, give me Commanders.
Bro, I would love that. NFC East is worth that drama. We just saw it with Saquon leaving the Giants to the Eagles. But give me the Commanders in that one too.
Okay, 3-2-1. Dolphins over Patriots. Unless Drake May can upset Miami and Miami. But, again, Patriots lose on purpose and get a good draft pick. Dolphins in Miami.
Dolphins.
Yeah, there we go. You didn't have to Miami. Rob, did he have to? You didn't
No,
have to
I would have given Pats a chance, but I think Miami's defense has played decently.
Of course.
Over the past couple of weeks and all. So I think
Calais
that's
Campbell. This motherfucker's 37 years old, but hey.
You know? Yeah. So I'll give him that. Yep.
Okay, 3-2-1. Chiefs over Panthers, and do a Taylor Swift play. How about that? Yeah, there you go. That's not saying much, Rob mentioned. There you go. All right. Oh, my goodness. 3-2-1. Bucks over Giants. That's not saying much. Jesus Christ. It's a 1 o'clock game, mentor. Lions. Okay. Well, this game is going to be close, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Lions blow this team out. So Lions over Colts. So I think we're in an agreement with there.
Close game, though.
Yeah.
Close game. I don't think this is a blowout, but yeah, I'm with you. I think the Lions pull it out, though.
Yeah, I would bet the money line. But I would say Lions by 2 touchdowns. And that would probably be accurate.
Something like that, but still close. You know what I mean? I don't think like the Colts don't look like the Jaguars or the Titans.
No,
you know what I mean? I think they show up at least, but I'm with you. 2 touchdowns.
Of course. Broncos at Raiders. I think the Raiders are done. So, and Temple, I love you, bro. Yeah. So, Bro Nix, I expect another good game by him. I think Broncos win by 2 tutties, and Mentu is gonna bring up Bo Nix for Rookie of the Year. Listen, for the drama, for the entertainment, I'd love to see it. Go ahead. Well, are you with the Broncos as well?
Yeah, I thought this was like a 3-2-1 situation. I got the Broncos in that game.
Okay, all right. Look at that, Tim Robson at the Raiders. All right then. Cardinals in Seattle. Woo, good game at Seattle. Okay, now we'll find out if the Cardinals are for real. Man, entertainment, Ralph. I love this show. Kyler Murray gets Call of Duty, and the Cardinals. Listen, maybe there was a storm in Arizona, but listen. It sucks that KD has the cap, but Suns or Cardinals, the Royals. So maybe a storm was coming in Arizona. Maybe it was. But listen, I think Cardinals are going to be Seattle. I got Cardinals. What about you in Seattle?
This is a tough one. Because they're on that off a bye week, tough game against the Niners. I'll go with the Cardinals.
Okay.
Close game though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Niners at Packers. Brady has this game. Listen, if the Niners were healthy, I do think they can win this game. We'll see if Bosa plays. But you know me, Rob. I'm just keeping it real. It's in Green Bay. Bart's going to talk shit to Niner fans. Listen, the Packers are finally going to beat us. And they are. So I'm just keeping it real as a fan. So I got Packers over Niners in Green Bay. What about you?
Packers, revenge game, blowout. I don't think this game is close, in my opinion. I would be surprised if the Niners made this. Yeah, it's just the revenge game component, in my opinion, honestly. I don't think, like I said earlier, I don't think the Niners are done or anything like that, too, as well. Yeah. But I just think the Packers are going to, they've probably played, or at least Jordan Love has probably played up for this game because he played one of his worst games last year in that playoff game and all too as well. So I expect a big game from the Packers, especially at home. They've played well at home this season too as well, with or without Jordan Love and all too as well. The Niners looked bad against the Vikings, even though it was a close game score-wise. I feel like the Vikings commanded that game and all. I think the Packers are a better team, and the Niners are going to be coming to on the road at least, not to Lambeau Field and all. I just think it's a big part of why I think the Packers play up for this game and all. So I just think it's a revenge game type of situation. Same way the Niners got their revenge against the Eagles last year and all too as well. I just think it's just a similar thing and all. Guys, players don't forget that type of situation. I think they play up. I think they play up for it. That's why I say it's a blowout. No disrespect to the Niners at the end. That's all.
Of course, Ralph, my brother, I'm fully with you. However, if this game was close, it would have surprised me if San Francisco pulls off the pulls up.
If it's close, though, I'll give you this. If it's close, because Jordan Love has a couple interceptions and all, now it's a football game. So I'll give you that, most definitely. That's how it can be a game.
Of course. Bart will know that, but he keeps keeping it real. He keeps Dick writing his no pause, but his quarterback. But it's okay. Okay, Eagles and Rams. This is easy for me. The better quarterback is going to win. Andrew Durrell Jones picking Jalen Hurts on the crossing route. We know who the better quarterback is. Let's be real, Rob Mentor. Remember, you saw that throw to Stafford to Marcus Robinson in that Seattle game. I don't think Jalen Hurts is doing that throw. Listen, let's keep it a being, guy. Let's keep it. I'm not even being a hater on Jalen Hurts. Shout out to my father, Chris Saiz. And I will say this. Chris Saiz, Lucas Gaynor. And I met Lucas Gaynor this year. And I'm going to go to Boston next year. And hopefully I get to see Ralph next year because we will have a blast like Jimmy Neutron. But listen, Eagles at Rams. It's going to be Eagles home game in L.A. at SO5. But I got Rams at home. You know what? This is not a bad Sunday night game. I like it, Ralph. I like it.
I'm going with the reverse jinx finally. I'm going to start doing this with these Eagles and all too as well because of Saquon Barkley. They are sort of formidable and all too as well. But I'll pick the Eagles and all in the close game, in my opinion. Though I don't trust the Rams, you know what I mean? To be honest, if I'm being frank, honestly, too, as well. I just find their defense inconsistent because it's young, at least, you know. It's not that they're bad or anything like that. They're just young. And, you know, and like I've said, you know, you've heard me say this to start the season. I just can't believe them being better without Aaron Donald and all. So those are my reasons why I don't trust them in this type of football game. I don't trust the Eagles' defense like that, so that's why I think it's a game, at least, you know. But I'll for the reverse jinx and all, I'll pick the Eagles and all, but I would not be surprised if the Rams won this game and all.
All right, the Monday night game, good game, brother versus brother. They haven't played each other since the Super Bowl, but I think the Ravens
overrated thing with the Harbaugh brothers and all too as well. But I'm sorry, go ahead, man. I'm not a fan of it. I think it's one of the annoying storylines of the NFL and all with the Harbaugh brothers.
I feel you. I mean, not for this game. Well, not for this game at least. But for me, in my opinion,
no, for this game, it's more of the games and all. Like when he was on the sideline when his brother won the championship, I'm cool with that. His father being there and all, like I don't have a problem with that. But when they try to make a big deal with these matchups between the two and all, I get a little about it. I don't find the appeal about it. I get that they're brothers and all, but I don't get the appeal.
I know who's gonna win this game because the last time Lamar Jackson was at SoFi, what happened? He scored a lot of touchdowns at SoFi. So I got the Ravens. It's a Monday Night Football game. Yeah, give me Lamar Jackson. Come on.
Yeah, give me Lamar. He loves playing over there too. If not, just like facing LA team football teams. However, I'm trying to say that and all. But he seems to have big games and all. I remember a Monday Night Football game where he ran all over the Rams in that football game and all too.
Wade Phillips was in DC. But yes.
Was he? Yeah, this was his first MVP season. He had that football game and all too as well.
Yeah.
So he just loves playing. He loves playing in Los Angeles and all. I'm not sure what it is, but I expect it to continue in my opinion, especially coming off a tough loss against the Steelers and all. They seem to bounce back after tough losses this year. So I think they have a big game in that. Yeah, they have a big game. It may not be close against the Chargers.
All right, so give me your power rankings, and then we go to basketball, then baseball. Go ahead, sir.
Where are they? Let me bring them up here. They're not in front of me. I think at 10 I have the Texans and all. Their defense stepped up. Okay. I almost put the Chargers there, honestly, but their defense stepped up, so I got to avoid that. Number 9 is the Baltimore Ravens. 8, I got the Arizona Cardinals. At 7, I got the Green Bay Packers. At 6, I got the Minnesota Vikings. 5, Philadelphia Eagles. I do have some type of perspective, even though I hate them. Number 4, I got the Pittsburgh Steelers. 3, the Buffalo Bills. 2, right now, is the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Detroit Lions are number 1.
I love my guy Bob Mentor because he's put the Eagles 5. And what does number 5 always? What does number 5 McNabb always say? Number 5 will always love you. Hashtag Donovan McNabb. Okay, there we go. All right. Good job, Matt Mentor. Now let's move on to basketball. Unless you want to talk about a little bit of college football, but I'm just going to say this before we talk about basketball just real quick, Ralph. Listen, shout out to college football this year. We don't know who's going to win this year, but I will say this: whoever they have in the 12 playoff team, I think shout out to my guy Ben Fair. If Ben Fair's list is right, I'm okay with that. As long as there's good quarterbacks in those 12 playoff teams that they pick, I think they're gonna choose the right team. So I will say this on this show: I want Colorado to make it, Indiana to make it. all the teams that deserve it, not the teams that have a horrible losses. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm just hoping the committee gets it right, and please get the Heisman right, because I want Genty or Travis Hunter. Don't give it to a quarterback. I get it. Gabriel is playing good for Oregon, but come on, man, give it to the guys that deserve it, either Hunter or Genty. And Rob, you can agree with that. So, but I'm just hoping they choose the right playoff teams for that format. Hopefully, not a horrible quarterback. Laugh out loud like Iowa. No offense to Iowa. Love that team, but they don't have a good quarterback. Okay, let's focus. Basketball. Rob, it was your birthday yesterday. Staying with my grandpa. Okay. The man, I'm not going to listen. I hate the Celtics, but I'm not going to lie. Listen, I make some jokes. My eyes was blurred looking at that court. Maybe I had some 3D glasses. But listen, bro, Tatum, listen, I know some people hate Tatum, but let's be real. If people hate Tatum, I guarantee you they would want Tatum on their team. Hashtag a Wizard fan. And there's yeah, you get the idea. But listen, that game was so good. And I said on Twitter, I don't think if I'm with Celtics, they don't need Porzingis until January, honestly. Keep Porzingis healthy, you know what I mean? Keep him fresh. They don't need him. They don't need him right now. And I think they can get away from it in the regular season. And obviously, like you said on the Vince Saiz Good Morning Sports Show, Ralph, obviously the Cavs didn't have LeVert and yada, yada, yada. But listen, I don't think it would have been different, because for me, if Porzingis was healthy, I don't think that game is close. But listen, shout out to the Cavaliers for fighting. But again, I hate the Celtics, but I'm also a realist. The Celtics are still the team to beat until someone beats them. And Ralph, this is why you respect me, because there's some haters out there that hate the Celtics, like the national media. And I get it. The national media, they love the warm weather states, right? The Florida, the Texas, the California. I get it. I get it. They don't like the city of Boston. But I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. The city of Boston is not bad. Listen, I've been there. It's very fun it's very fun to visit, and it's very fun to have parties at. But go ahead, Rob Benson. You get the experience. But go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess on the first half, there's different levels to this too as well. Unfortunately, there was a comeback and all, but there's going to be some, like, prognosticators, and I know who, especially a DC fan, is going to say there's something interesting about the second half and all, but yeah. I just saw the Cleveland Cavaliers taking advantage of Neemias Queta. Basically the whole quarter, at least on the third quarter, Donovan Mitchell ate off of him for the third quarter and all. And we're kind of in the position where we have to play him anyway. Like you mentioned, Porzingis isn't playing. We're not going to wear out Al Horford in a regular season game too as well, honestly. And Xavier Tillman's still trying to figure himself out too with his struggles in the first part of the season, at least. And also, it's to your point about if Porzingis play would have been a blowout and all. I want to hear again, if Darius Garland showed up, it would have been a basketball game. But Jaylen Brown didn't have a great game either, honestly. And you saw the difference about if a player's having a bad game, can he do other things besides score to make a difference and all. And you saw Jaylen Brown make the difference. And mind you, he had a couple big baskets at the end of the fourth quarter and all, while Darius Garland was still MIA. Donovan Mitchell still jacking up 29 shots in the basketball game too as well. You know what I mean? So even though I thought Drew Holiday would guard Evan Mobley and all, ended up being, I think Al Horford ended up guarding him. Jason Tatum was guarding Jared Allen at least and all. Evan Mobley's having a great year, had his moments and all, but I didn't see him in the stretches of the second half at least and all. It was really just Donovan Mitchell scoring, and he was just taking advantage of a bench player in Neemias Queta, which you won't be seeing much going forward in the regular season. Only see them in December 1st and all. Porzingis may be back by that time too as well. And also, I'll give the Cavs that they are clearly like the number 2 team in the Eastern Conference. They're not going away into that type of situation and all too as well. But I do think it's one in everybody else when it comes to Boston at least. And I do think the Eastern Conference 2 away is the Boston Celtics Invitational. I've relayed this to Andrew Jones.
Invitational,
It is the BCI and all too as well.
Hashtag JJ with the field. But go ahead,
With the field and all, So to that point, at least, if there's a team that can obviously right now compete with the season, at least through the regular season, the standings, at least and all, I will give Cleveland that much credit and all too as well.
Sure.
Like that they're not going anywhere and all. To your point about the coaching, at least on Kenny Atkinson, is a huge difference and all too as well about having not just Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Darius Garland able to free flow with each other Ty Jerome is big for them. Sam Merrill's been big for them. Niang, even though he fell on his ass thanks to Jason Tatum and all, has been a revelation for them too as well. When Max Strus gets back, he'll be huge for them too as well. And all LeVert has been big for them when he's played and all too as well. So even Isaac Okoro is a big part of what they do honestly too as well, especially defensively and all. So I like what they got. I just want to see if they can keep this up throughout the whole season. If they can keep this up, I will give them more credit throughout the season. But for right now, I'll just give them credit that they will be top 2, top 3 in the Eastern Conference right now. I don't know if they are a true master of the Seas yet. I think there's another team in the East, ironically in Florida, and it's not that heat culture and all. But if healthy and all, a certain former Duke player comes back and all, I feel like if there's any team that can be a true contender to the Seas, it's that team in Orlando and all. So, but to the Cavs at least and all, respect. They are a true team at least and all, and they will be around for the rest of the season at least. They ain't going anywhere at least.
I agree with you 100% with that. And yeah. All right. And we'll see what happens for sure.
We'll just see what happens. It's early, you know what I mean? So we can't go too off the deep end the way we're going off the deep end with the football season halfway through it and all.
And bro, I mean, if you're the Celtics at this point, just just play Porzingis in January. You don't need him right now. You know what I mean?
You're right, but he's practicing now, so he's coming back very soon. But
knock on wood.
I hear you though. I mean, you're looking at a team that won 8 straight in the playoffs without him. As soon as he got hurt, they won. No. They lost. They lost to the Cavs at least and all in Game 2 at least and all. But after that loss, they went 8-0 into the finals at least, not without Porzingis and all. So it's they'll be no 8-0. What is it? How many games? They won 6-0 without Porzingis at least. No, they went 8-0 with the first 2 final wins at least. No, but a team that's shown that they can win games 21-4 in the regular season without Porzingis and all last year at least and all. Now 12-3 to start the season and all. So
how funny is he? He's practicing at Cooper Flagg's neighborhood.
He's not. He's not. Let me just clear that up. And I hear that, though. He did get recalled by the assignment to the Maine Celtics, but the Maine Celtics were in Boston when they did that and all. So he wasn't in Maine, unfortunately.
Wait, so your G League team, is it in Maine or where is it at?
It's in Maine, but they were in Boston for some reason. So that's why, that's why he practiced with them. He wasn't in Maine, unfortunately. I thought it was a big deal, too. Trust me. If Porzingis was in Maine, it would be a big deal and all. So trust me. But he wasn't. He was in Boston the whole time.
I'll be like Yanni. He's tampering for Cooper Flag. No, I'm kidding.
There you go.
I'm just kidding.
Adding eyes at least and all.
Facts. Now, since we're talking about basketball, I love talking basketball with you. Let's talk about my team now because, listen, I love JJ, bro. Listen, we talked about it during the offseason, Rob, and it's funny with my fan base, you know what I mean, because they were hearing about rumors. You know, I think when Dwayne Casey declined, that's when I think my fan base got mad about. But listen, we knew when I got Scott Brooks and Nick McMillan, I knew it was going to work out. They made smart moves. Now, listen,
JJ made smart moves. Give Redick some credit on that and all. But go ahead.
Yes, for sure. But listen, the Lakers pretty much told you this. Let's run it back with pretty much everybody else, minus Tim Brown-Prince and the other players as well. But listen, they pretty much told you coaching was the problem last year. And obviously it was, because I think if they would have had JJ, they probably win some more games. Let's keep it a beat, but that's not nor here nor there. And maybe some players were healthy. Maybe some of those players didn't want to play for Darvingham, which you can't blame them. But anyways, the point being, Rock Mentor, listen, let's keep it a bean with Don't Connect. Listen, this guy can play. I just tweeted Andrew last night. Am I surprised with Don't Connect? No, even Kev told me about him. He's a really good shooter. He fits with JJ's system. Shooters always fit with LeBron, especially white guys. Laugh out loud. No, seriously, in all seriousness. But listen, in all seriousness, Rob, the offense last year was not the problem. We just didn't get stops. But with this team, especially, we're winning games without Christian Wood, without Vando. I think Rui's going to come back the next game. It wouldn't surprise me if the Magic game was a trap game, because eventually we will lose another game. The question is going to be, would that be against the Magic or the Nuggets on Saturday? But we'll see what happens. But, Rob, we talked about it during the offseason, and it's funny because the Steelers stole the players that I wanted. Chris Dunn defensively, and obviously Mo Bamba, like another body, right? But
Yeah.
Rob, what's your thoughts so far with this squad? Obviously, the squad is having energy. They're playing with energy with JJ. I think JJ is setting up with the. Honestly, I love the lineup right now. I don't know if Rui's going to be back in the lineup at all. But I'm going to keep it real with you, Rob. If Vandal was healthy, I think Vandal's in the lineup for number 4. I think he's playing 4. 80's at the 5. LeBron at the 3. Shit, they might play Dalton Connect at the 2, and then Austin at the point guard. That's working out. So D-Lo for 6th man of the year. I'm kidding, but so far right now, you have to be impressed, especially they're winning game without Wood and Vando.
No, I've been impressed with J.J. Redick, man. He did it. He finally did it and started Dalton Connect and all. And to your point about LeBron James with white shooters, he got most of those threes with LeBron James on the bench and all too as well. So that's a huge thing, honestly. I love how JJ's been incorporating him, and I like that he's got him in the starting lineup and all. Like, we're looking at the league, man. You got to play young guys and all. I'm going to be on that this year and all too as well. Pause. But I will be on that this year and all, and I appreciate J.J. Redick at least putting Dalton Connect, and he's giving you the best rookie performance of the season so far. Risha Shea had, I think, 33 points a couple weeks, if not a week ago, and now Dalton Connect dropped 37 last night too as well, with going 8 for 9 at the 3-point line and all too as well and all. And I saw 1 3 where he took from the hash mark, almost like 40 feet away from the basket and all. So I love how JJ's been coaching him up. I was going to ask you, how did you guys start the first 10 games of the season? Were you guys below 500, if not like just 500?
I would say around 8 and I would say 8 and 6, 8 and 5. That's not bad, right? I mean,
it wasn't bad. Okay, so I get the whole like protecting Darvin Ham at least and all, because if Darvin Ham had this same team in Dalton Connect, I feel like it's the same type of basketball team, because it's not so far off. I do think I will give J.J. Redick credit more about getting Anthony Davis going more than what Darvin Ham was doing. That's the difference what J.J. Redick has done.
Yes.
J.J. Redick has done so far compared to Darvin Ham and all. When you compare like the same rosters at least.
Yes.
Anthony Davis is an MVP leader, if not candidate, top end candidate through the first 15 games of the season and all. And we were, where was he last year? He was good last year, but he wasn't this good this year and all. So I give J.J. Redick credit for that, definitely, honestly. But I definitely love that he's played Dalton Connect to start the season and all. Now he's finally starting them and all too as well. I just think that's a huge thing going forward and all, because I've been you guys need maybe a Zach LaVine or maybe a Trae Young and all. I know that's a question.
Hey.
But for the scoring and all. But if Dalton Connect can give you that, not 37, but give you at least 18 a game and sit there and hit 3 to 5, 3-pointers every other 4 games at least and all. I think that's a huge thing for the Lakers at least and all. So I like where they are and all. Like, I don't think this is a blimp of you guys being 10 and 5 right now and being top 5, if not top 4 in the West. 10 and 4, and being top 4 in the West right now. I don't think it's a blimp. I think it's actually going to last and all. If they can continue, if J.J. Redick continues playing Dalton Connect and can give you more performances and all, like, this is why I'm making a big deal about young players. Derek Lively as a rookie was a big part of the Dallas Mavericks getting to the NBA Finals and all too as well. You got young players like the Jason Taves and the Jaylen Browns and all. You got young teams like Shea, top in the West. You got young teams like Houston, top team in the West and all too as well. So I'm gonna like this Laker team more if Dalton Connect can make a lot of impact, honestly, because the team, the current roster right now isn't bad. It's a bottom end playoff team, if not top end playing team. Yeah. If Dalton Connect can give you some scoring, you guys can probably hold on to that top 5, top 4 billing that you guys have right now.
And in my opinion, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If we're healthy, fully healthy, I mean, I could see us going on a winning streak. You know what I mean? Like, if this team was, with Vando and Wood.
You guys are a good defensive team. Just add Vando to that, too, as well. Bring Rui back, too, as well, and all. So you guys have a good team and all. I don't think it was out of bounds to think Lakers-Celtic finals could really happen, honestly, even though it's a dream in my head and all. I really think it could be a reality, honestly, because there's only one team that the Lakers have struggled with and all, is the Denver Nuggets and all. They may not be the same Denver Nuggets going into the playoffs and all. So there's a lot to like, There's a lot to like about the Lakers, honestly. I don't think it's ever, we give too much talk to the Cowboys, with the ESPN and, with the Foxes and all. They give too much talk to these high-end teams and all. The Lakers actually warrant this type of talk going forward. At least. I think they're good. I think they're good this year, honestly.
I think what's good for JJ, he's got a good scouting department that would fit to his system. You know what I mean? JJ's going to choose the players that he wants, and I'm okay with that. I mean, and I'm okay. But Rob, I'm calling out my show. You're high on them. He's going to be the next. Listen, see, let's keep it a beat. The reason why Connect fell that far is because of his age. If he was 21, 20, yes.
Which is crazy to me. I don't understand that type of math, but go ahead.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. And shout out to my boy Cam, because when you're a senior or a junior, you're ready right away with the NBA. Hashtag Josh Hart, hashtag Kyle Kuzma. But you get the idea. And obviously Connect.
Jaime Hawkins too.
There you go. Yes, sir. And Villanova. Yeah. So the point being is, there's another guy, a cracker that plays for the Kansas, by the way. He's another big, like a Zach Edey, and you're a fan of him, so am I. And some teams are going to pass on him because of his age. His name is Hunter Dickinson. Remember that name. Shit, man, I would take him in a heartbeat for next year, but we don't have a first rounder. Hopefully we can buy a first rounder. Shit, I swear to fucking God, I'd say if the Celtics get him, I swear to God, he will be the replacement for Al Horford. I swear it would have surprised me at best if he was to got him. But listen, watch out for that name. But other than that, you want to shout out for 2 other NBA teams before we go to like baseball or anything, Rob? Because the only thing I can say about my team, I hope, like my guy CL says, I hope we do make a small trade. And the only, like you said, Levine, I wouldn't care. I would not mind. I don't think Casino wants to. I think the main thing is, my main focus, I don't think it's going to happen. It's my wishing. Listen, do I like Jonas Valanciunas? Yes, but my thing is, we should have, to me, Jonas, why did you choose the Wizards? See, my thing is, I wanted him in free agency, and then he chose the Wizards. Then I don't know what to tell you. See, my thing is, for me, Ralph Mentor, you know who I'm hoping for, and I'm hoping for the guys from last night, because bro, I love Sexton. I like Walker Kessler. Then wait, does Walker Kessler has an injury right now, or is he? Oh, they're not playing him right now. Is he injured or no?
I'm not aware.
Okay.
I want to be aware of that one. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. I can look it up real quick, but I'm not too aware.
Okay. Because he wasn't playing last night. I'm like, why? Maybe because no. But
he is hurt though. Yeah, hip. Yeah, he was. Yep, he's dealing with a hip injury. That's why he was ruled out.
Okay. But I'll say this: he is a trade piece because he is a free agent after this year. Now we'll see if the Jazz resign him. But listen, you never know, because when you're a free agency year, you can't lose it for nothing, right? So it wouldn't surprise me if he was traded. And then obviously, listen, Casino wants Richards. That's what he wants. Now, I don't listen. I like Richards, but we'll see. But at the end of the day, if they make a small trade, this team has a chance. I'm just hoping that if they make a small trade, this team will have a chance. So we'll see what they do. They have some expendable guys that they can trade. We'll see what they do. I do think Jalen Hood-Schifino will get traded because he declined his option, so he's a tradable asset, and we'll see. And by the way, shout out to my guy Casino. Jalen Hood-Schifino can play. The boy can play. Guys, don't give up on young players. It depends on the situation, right, Rob Mentor? So, like, for example, people say Cam Reddish sucks, but listen, Cam, to me, when he's healthy, good defensively, he looks like the Cam Reddish that people forget. Cam Reddish got hot in the in-season tournament, Rob Mentor, and that's what I'm seeing right now from Cam Reddish. Defensively, and when he's open, he can get his shots when he's confident. So the Duke Cam Reddish, so there you go. But anyways, with that being said, do you want to shout out to any other teams, Ralph Mentor, like Destin Daniels and other players you want to shout out before we talk about baseball real quick?
Real quick, I'll shout out the Magic at least and all, because I'm impressed that they've been able to win. I think on the 5-game winning streak since Paolo got hurt and all. So I'll give you some impressive. I'm impressed with them the way they've been able to hold serve without Paolo. Franz Wagner, I think, won Eastern Conference Player of the Week last week too as well and all. Yeah. So I wanted to give him a shout out. Since you mentioned Dyson Daniels and all too as well, huge shout out to him. Honestly, I know his streak finally ended, but he had like 4 blocks in the game that ended the six plus steals per game, or 6. He had a streak of 4 games of 6+ steals that ended in his last game, but ended up getting 4 blocks and all too as well. So his defensive wizardry is still not going away and all too as well. So he's leaving the big impact for the Hawks and all. And I wanted to give it for the Eastern Conference teams. I wanted to give a shout out to the Pistons and all. This is not a fluke. Yes. I feel like they're they can be a playoff team right now because the Bucks and the Sixers suck right now. So the top 6 could be wide open and all too as well. So they're sitting there right there with number 7 with a 7-9 record and all. So it wouldn't surprise me if that continued and all. JB Bickerstaff has been a damn good coach wherever he's won and all too as well. Maybe not be championship level team, but a playoff level team, even if not just a play-in level team and all, could be very, could happen for the Pistons and all. That could be a very good season for them based off their history and all. And then on the Western side, unfortunate Kevin Durant got hurt, but I am impressed that Boy Budenholzer's come in. Tyus Jones has stabilized their offense to a degree.
For sure.
And then they have a young player that they've been playing in Ryan Dunn and all, who's been impressive and all too as well. The Houston Rockets clearly too as well. I thought I didn't need to be a playoff team. I thought they'd be a play-in team, but their defense is leading to their offense at least. They're not a good half-court offensive team yet, but if they can continue to play defense and have some transition offense, they can be the new Timberwolves, because that's how the T-Wolves were able to win some games last year too as well. Yeah, the T-Wolves weren't great half-court wise, but they played defense. They were able to get into transition too as well, and that's how their offense got kickstarted and all. And then at the end, I'll give the Warriors their love at least and all, their due at least and all. This isn't a fluke. I thought it would be a fluke at least and all, because I can't believe a 12-man rotation is carrying a team this long at least and all. But if Steph Curry's playing the way they're playing, they're able to only play him 28 to 30 minutes a game. Should keep them fresh for the later parts of the season and all. Should be big for them going into the second half of the year. So those are the teams. I don't care for the bad teams and all. Philly and Milwaukee are easy pickings at least. So let me give some love to the teams that are actually doing something, can make some noise going forward at least.
I will say this, and I know we're going to talk about our Andrew show, and before we go on to baseball, because I definitely want to talk to you about it, because the city of Philadelphia, and I love the radio show. Now they're getting mad. They're getting mad, Rob Mentor. It's going down in Philadelphia.
Oh
my
goodness. With the Sixers. Oh, so you do want to talk about them and all.
Listen. This for entertainment. I know non-Celtic fans.
Yeah.
Listen. And other fans are going to listen to this, other 60 fans. Listen, and I love y'all, but listen. Rob Mentor. Is Nick Nurse on Fraud Watch?
No. Maury is, though. He's on huge fraud. This is all him. I don't think Nick Nurse is going to lose the chance of another job because of this situation, honestly. He can point the finger on Daryl Morey, honestly. But I feel like Daryl Morey is in his last hopes, honestly. This is his plan, man. Like the plan with the plan with Joel Embiid, I should say, honestly. Maybe after the injury to the overextension knee of Paul George, maybe they had a plan for him, honestly. But it's not going to work and all. I knew they banked, because the talent they added, the Caleb Martins, the Yabaselis, the re-signings of Kyle Lowry and all, bringing back Kelly Oubre and all too as well. I know there's another name I'm sleeping on. But I knew they were building a team to fit around Tyrese Maxey. Just in case, Embiid's not healthy and all, that they have a better team fielded around Maxey and all that. And Karma played them again with Maxey getting hurt. Now, of all the guys that get hurt and be out for multiple weeks and all, you thought Maxey would be the last guy to think of and all. And now he's out for basically a month at least now with that hamstring injury and all. So this is Daryl Morey's fault, in my opinion, on why they're sitting where they're sitting. I always argue that since they don't have two of their big three at least and all, they'll be all right. I don't even care if they go 5-20. I think they'll be all right, where they can win go on a 10 to 11 game stretch and sit there be a playing team or at least and all. But it looks really bad, man. Joel Embiid, with all that management you guys say you're doing at least and all with him, he looks horrible to start the season, Vince, with that knee brace and all too as well. Single digits in points in his last game. It's not good. You were hoping with that rest and all, he'll come in, give you 35 and 30 minutes at least and all, and you'll be all right. You'll figure out how you can manage his shit at least and all, but you can't manage shit if he's not playing well. He's got to play a lot, to Perkins' point, to get to that point at least and all. You were hoping again, like last year, he came in and was ready to go, 35 points per game for the first 30 games until that injury at least. So the fact that he looks bad is a reason why you need to raise alarms at least and all too as well. Milwaukee honestly looks better than Philadelphia right now. And earlier late last week, I was saying the complete opposite, because I was saying just let Joel Embiid and Paul George come back, they'll be all right. But Paul George just looks just as bad too as well. He's betting monster. Yeah, I'll call him out. I thought this is the guy you would want to lead your team no matter what's going around your team.
He's way better than Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, exactly. He's way better than Jimmy. And look at Jimmy Butler come back of an ankle injury, dropped 30 points at least, now got 10 rebounds. You know what I mean? So, Paul George has not infused himself in that culture and all too as well to even make an imprint. He's like Devontae Devontae Adams right now, Vince. The
Good
way
point.
he's talking about,
Very
you know
good
what
point.
I mean? Talking about the locker room where we need to do this. How you talking? You were just a week in and all. And, you know, that locker room, that meeting that Shams talked about yesterday, you heard nothing about Paul George. Tyrese Maxey had to step up in that situation. What is he, 10 years younger than you? I don't care. He's been there for 3 years and all. You're that star player. You know what I mean? You're supposed to infuse yourself as soon as you got signed up into that Philadelphia 76ers jersey and on that contract and all. So it's all bad signs for the Philadelphia 76ers and all. That shining light was supposed to be Maxey. He's out and all too as well. He's feeling the stress. And all too as well playing with Embiid by calling him out through that Shams report. Look at those leaks. Look at those leaks from Philly and all too as well. And the Boston Celtics before that championship have had plenty of locker room meetings and all too, plenty of player meetings, and I haven't heard one leak from that type of situation. All too
Rob,
as well.
who is that leader?
You know?
Marcus Smart, yes sir.
Marcus Smart, you know, you've heard instances of him punching a glass at least after games at least. You know, that's a leak at least because everyone sees it. But he's blown up with the Jays at least in the player meetings. You've heard nothing about it unless like 2 or 3 seasons later, because that's how things work. Leaks come out, eventually and all. But not even 24 hours after that meeting, there's a leak and all too as well from that. It's like 12 to 14 hours after that meeting. There's a leak and all. So it's just those are just to my points about the bad signs about the 76ers, where I thought the Bucks were worse off last week. They're better off right now. They'll be better off going forward because there's no situations like that where the Sixers are at. And you throw everything else with the Embiid, the Daryl Morey's, and now throw Nick. Now you can throw to your fraud question and all. He's a fraud that he can't lead the leader of men in this type of situation and all.
Good point.
He's going to look like a puny guy in the corner too as well. So talk about your Philly sports jokes and all. It definitely fits with the Sixers and all. We'll leave the Eagles alone for a moment.
Oh,
the Sixers look so bad right now too as well. I'll give the Eagles credit. Again, they're winning football games. The Sixers are just losing games over and over and over again. You got a rookie actually looking pretty good too as well, honestly. You can't even win a game when he's dropping 30 points and all. You got Dalton Connect getting the Lakers crowd going crazy. First performance. Now even Ricochet, even though he's a top pick at least and all. There's great things to look forward to and all too as well. Like the Hawks shouldn't be in this position and all too as well. And Trae Young is out and they're winning basketball games. They're beating the Celtics in 1-point games in the Garden and all.
That's crazy.
And the Sixers are 2-11. You know what I mean? So that's crazy. To my point. That's just to my point that the Sixers shouldn't be in this position, no matter who's out. You shouldn't be 2-10, 2-11, 2-12. You know what I mean, Vince? So I'm going along about them, but it's to the signs that it's not going to be a good season for them this year. I don't see how they get out of it. I'll give Milwaukee more of a chance.
I think you told me yesterday the Sixers do have a first-round pick this year, right?
Yeah, like that's off season. They have cap space too as well, honestly, where they can pick up somebody too next year, even with picking up Paul George and all. They're not so far out where they can't make another move and all. So it's kind of disappointing where they are, honestly. Like that's why I make fun of Milwaukee.
Suck, but my thing is they're on the Cooper flag. By the way, how they're playing, I'm kidding.
You never know. But you never know, though. You never know. If you don't make the playoffs and all, the way the lottery works now, you could be top 3, and you're sitting there having the chance to get Cooper Flag and all. Like, that's where they're closer to that than winning the championship.
My Sparks had the worst record. We didn't get paid Packers. Goddamn.
Yeah, you know. So you can't even bank on that, honestly, too. But to the Philly point, it's just bad. There's just bad signs all over the place.
For sure.
It's unfortunate.
No, I dealt with the Lakers last year. Remember, there was 10 players and not like Darvin Ham. We knew who those 10 players were, and I knew. But
again, though, you were 8-5. Like you were 8-8. You know what I mean? You weren't 2-12. You know what I mean? So that's just a huge sign. But I hear your point, though. Definitely, if I interrupted,
I knew Ham was gone when they asked Anthony Davis. I forgot what the question was, but David was like, as coach, with his eyes rolling, and I knew when I saw that eye rolling. Ham was gone. And and the other reason why Ham was gone, if LeBron has a screen for a challenge, your coach is gone. Okay.
Yo, you got LeBron James. You got LeBron James making plays in the huddle too as well with Darvin Ham there and all. And he's nodding his head after. Yep. You know what I mean? So it's a messy situation.
I always ask myself, how the fuck did we beat the Memphis Grizzlies and the Golden State Warriors? Okay, let's move on. Okay, with Darvin Ham. Okay, let's move on. Good job for Darvin Ham.
Because the Lakers have a good team. That's why. It's not a bad team as people think and all. That's what it is. So we'll see it. We'll definitely see it this year.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Cheers for Bronny. Okay. Let's move on to baseball. Okay, Rob Mentor, listen. See, listen. I know baseball fans are so fucking crazy, bro. See, I know. Listen, I get it with JB. He's a Washington guy. I mean, he lives there in the DMV. I mean, he knows what Soto is. He saw the Nationals win a championship with Soto. He said Soto. Listen, he said Soto is fine. He said Soto. He's young. Listen, I get the native with Soto. He cannot defend it, and I get all that. But the bro has power. Listen, I'm with Harold Reynolds. But, bro, I mean, Rob, you're 35 years old, bro. I'm sorry for putting your age out there, but listen, bro.
I don't care.
But you get the idea, bro. You've seen Harold Reynolds play baseball. He knows his shit. Sometimes he has some craziness talk, but no, he said it on the MLB Network show yesterday, bro. He said actually, no, 2 days ago. But he said, without Soto, I don't think the Yankees probably make it that far. I think he's right. So, listen, I think Soto is a good player. Listen, he has Scott Boras. And listen, I said this on my show. Listen, I don't think we need him. But my thing, listen, we have money. We all know we have money. But my thing is, see, I understand why they would get him because look at the ages. Okay, look at the ages. Mookie Betts is getting older. Freddie Freeman is 35 years old. It's not like they're young. Okay, Otani's going to be 30 years old, right? So use context here, and Soto's 26 years old. So I think if Soto was like 31, I don't think we're doing it. So, I mean, do I give us a chance? I mean, yes. And like my guy CL says, do I think we have a big chance of getting him? I mean, yeah, because out of those 4 teams that want him, no offense to the Mets, no offense to the Toronto Blue Jays, which, by the way, Bo Bichette is going to be a free agent next year. So is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Now, Boston, okay, shout out to my guy Lucas. Now, my guy Lucas likes to troll, okay? He wants to, because Rob, he went on my show yesterday on the Vince Saiz Good Morning Sports Show, but he called me after that when I ended. He said, Vince, I'm just trying to have hope, okay? I'm trying to have hope. So, but with that being said, Rob Mentor, you're a Red Sox fan. How do you feel about this offseason? I trust my team because I think my team is going to get depth. I think we're going to get that Japan pitcher because Otani's being the GM if you look at it because of that contract, if you will, of Rob Mentor. But how do you feel about this baseball offseason? Because, listen, I like your offense. I think you need another veteran hitter, in my opinion, because I love your lineup. It's just now you just got to sign pitchers, in my opinion. I think if you sign 2 decent pitchers or 3 decent pitchers, I mean, if the Rangers can win a World Series with an old-ass Max Scherzer and Eovaldi, I think Eovaldi was a former Red Sox? Yep. So, I mean, if the Rangers can win a World Series, so can the Red Sox again. So do you think Henry, and I don't think he will, because don't forget, he's also a Liverpool owner, so he cares more about soccer more than the Red Sox. But he did pick Devers, though. Do you think the Red Sox are going to make moves? And listen, I'm hearing they have good prospects. And sometimes you can say, fuck them kids, fuck them prospects. Now, we'll see if the Red Sox have that attitude. Do you think the Red Sox are going to make good moves? And Rob, I will say this. I do think Soto is going to lead the Yankees. The question is going to be, which team is that going to be?
Yeah, I do expect the Sox to make moves. I've heard too much noise not to think that they won't make moves, honestly, too, as well. So I'm with it. It's anytime the C's, yeah, that's how hypnotized the C's got me.
It's okay. Bro, every day we're focusing on the C's, and I know baseball. Yeah, I get it.
That's why. But when the Sox do make moves, though, at least the big things, honestly, too, as well. When we're going back to Kurt Schilling, Josh Beckett, Mike Lowell, Carl Crawford, Daisuke, and all you know what I mean. Even there's a player you guys that people forget about, JD Martinez too, as well.
Yeah,
that was big for us too, as well.
Detroit Tigers, Detroit
Tigers. So, you know what I mean. So when they make moves, it usually leads in a year or two for them to be when they're in the World Series, they win the World Series. So it just leads to at least the type of playoff success, at least as well. You know, I forgot about David Ortiz too as well, honestly, Bill Mueller too as well. These type of signings, honestly. So I do expect them to be making moves like that this year, honestly. To defend John Henry, honestly, I feel like, again, this is a plan, honestly. The way I talked about Jerry Jones and bamboozling us, thinking that the Cowboys would be good. I just think it's been purposefully that he hasn't wanted to spend money, honestly, to your point. Probably wanted to put the money towards other things and all, but I've heard that this has been the plan. He wanted to build up the farm system and all, because Dabrowski did kind of, eat it out a little bit
he
too.
fucked
as
them up.
well,
Yeah.
So they did want to focus there, and to your point, now they have the prospects and all to make some moves and all too as well with them if they don't want to keep them anymore, honestly. So that's how they made the move for Chris Sale back in the day. David Price, another signing that they made that led to he didn't help as much as we thought, but he helped enough as a bullpen guy to help him win that World Series and all. But still,
apparently they won another White Sox pitcher named Garrett Crochet. But keep going,
So it wouldn't surprise me too. They made a big move, similarly how they got Chris Sale and all to make that happen and all. So I just expect moves and all. I expected I heard that John Henry wasn't trying to spend over the past couple seasons. This is the time that it fit and all too as well. We saw it with the GM move too as well. Picking up Craig Breslow, I should say. Replacing him over Crud. I'm sleeping on who was the former guy. Chin Chum, like some random guy young guy, honestly. So they, Bloom. There it is. Bloom, honestly. They fired Bloom. Yeah, they fired Bloom last year, and also they brought in Breslow. Made it a priority to bring back Cora and all too as well. So once I saw that. If Cora's coming back and all too as well, there's got to be some type of plan and all. So this is what I'm kind of expecting and all. If they strike out from Soto, I won't be disappointed because I told you hitting is not the concern with the Sox. Honestly, we need starting pitching and all, and a top end bullpen guy too as well. Obviously, either a closer or just a 7th or 8th inning guy, setup guy at least. So I'm expecting moves, man. Last year I was disappointed, obviously, but I wasn't surprised. This year, I'll be disappointed and surprised if there's not 3 big moves, honestly. I'd be very surprised if I don't hear at least 3 big moves this year.
Yeah. And, bro, I get the right side of the chance, bro, because you guys are young. So are the Orioles. The Yankees are getting old, bro. And, look at the other teams. So
I got Devers, I got Duran at least and all, you know what I mean? There's some young talent. Tristan Cassis, who was hurt throughout the year and all, is going to be coming back and all at first base and all. So there's what we got over there. Aaron Judge, you're relying on Garrett Cole and stuff like that too as well. So nah, man, like there's because of last year and all too as well. There's high hopes. There's real reason to be high about the Red Sox and all. After last year. And going into the offseason, you couldn't expect them to make moves and all.
No.
But the way they played last year and all, really being competitive to like August at least and all, there's a move or two that we should expect, and I do expect it.
How funny is it 20 years later that a former Red Sox beats the Yankees? Dave Roberts, and the Yankees blow a 5-0 lead at home, okay? Aaron Boone went to USC. Dave Roberts went to UCLA. So the irony, right, Ralph Mentor? So the Yankees are falling. And how funny is this, Ralph? I'm going to use Sparky's theories, and I like that Sparky likes to use. How funny is that we beat the teams that are interested in Soto? Mets, the Yankees. No, the Padres. They don't have a chance against them again. Not anymore. But it's just the irony, right? So let me ask you this, Rob. This is a guess. This is just a guess because the Richmond meetings start December 7th. Ohtani's going to get the MVP on Thursday. By the way, Dave Roberts should have won Manager of the Year, but I don't care about that.
Who won it?
It was the manager from Milwaukee. I get that because they.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
But listen. But you know what? Me and Rob don't give a shit about awards. Do you care about a championship or do you care about the award? Which one is it, Rob Mentor?
Give me my rings, baby. Rings. Put in that ring finger, baby. That's all it's about.
There you go. But apparently, J.D. Buzz likes the championship in-season tournament. But whatever, it is what it is. Okay, let's focus here. But no, if you had to bet your money, where do you think Soto is going to go? Now, I'll start off. I don't think he's going to be a Yankee. I think if I had to bet my money, I don't think he's going with the Blue Jays, and Blue Jay fans don't follow his location. If you do that, you did the exact same thing with Ohtani. It's the exact same thing with Kawhi, and look what happened. They left y'all. So I don't think he's going to Toronto because Bo Bichette is a free agent after the next year. Same with Vlad Guerrero Jr. And I would not be shocked if you guys get Vlad because you love Dominican players. And you guys, it's true. Boston loves that. So with that being said, my guy, where is Soto going? You think he's going to the National League, like the Dodgers or the Mets, or who knows? Maybe the mystery team could be the Phillies, the Philadelphia Nationals, if you will, right? Soto and Bryce Harper and Trey Turner, laugh out loud. Or do you think he goes to an American League team like the Red Sox or like the Blue Jays, or maybe he stays with the Yankees? If you had to bet your money, Rob, where is he going?
Mets is the easy pick if I had to put my money on it. Honestly, I think the Sox are the only other team in my opinion. I really do think it's a two-team race for the Mets and the. I'm sorry there. The Mets and the, what's it called? For the Sox, honestly, too.
Okay, you believe it. Okay.
Yeah, I believe it. I don't think the Dodgers are as in as they were on Ohtani and all. Like, I felt like the fire for Ohtani was stronger throughout, November and December and all than it is for Juan Soto right now, at least, too, as well. That's just my thing. I feel like the Dodgers are sneaky if the Mets and the Sox fuck it up in one way or the other and all. That's, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I'll give the Dodgers where they're scary there. If the Mets and Sox mess anything up in negotiations and all, the Dodgers would be that dark horse team to me, not the Blue Jays and all. The Blue Jays are just Scott Boris's binky to set the market up for his play at least. No, I do not buy it and all too as well. So I definitely think the Mets are the leader and all because I know Cohen's willing to spend. If John Henry is really willing to spend, that's how I think he's a Sox. We just don't know because Henry's been quiet about it throughout the years, the past couple of years, I should say, and all. And then going in, he's making it known, but we don't know because of the past couple seasons. And all. Like last year, I think I don't know if it was Passan or Rosenthal was listening to, but they said like the Sox made noise last year and they did nothing and all. So it is fair to think they may not do anything. So I think that's a fair point at least. So we know Cohen wants to spend. He's been spending. He said he wants to spend, and he's been spending ever since at least and all. And he's been, when it's failed, he's been accountable too as well by selling what they sold. I think last year and even this year too as well, but more last year at least and all. So I've had to pick it's the Mets and all, but if there's a number 2 team, I do believe that the Sox are making noise this offseason, so I have them number 2.
I will say this. If that happens, if I see Rob Minter next year, do not be surprised if he has a Soto Red Sox jersey. I will say that if that happens. However...
Vince, as big as a Celtics fan and all, I was a huge Red Sox fan growing up and all, so I'll be going to a shit ton more Sox games if Soto's in the building for sure.
Let's go. Red Sox versus Yankees. No, sorry. Red Sox versus Dodgers. Let's go for it. We'll get revenge this time because we should have won. I'm kidding. Exactly.
I would love to do that. Like I need more reasons to travel to baseball parks and all. So if the Sox are good, I would love to go to Chavez Ravine, and obviously I've never done a Yankee Red Sox game and all, so I would love to do that. But I'm just jealous
of the Dodgers not doing anything anime in baseball because at least the Red Sox did something with Luffy. You know what I mean, with One Piece. Goddamn it! But especially, by the way, anime Boston's really beautiful. Now listen, if I had to bet my money, in all seriousness, now listen. If out of all those teams, listen, I do think it's all about the money. Now, if it's true that he wants to win, now the Dodgers easily win that case right there. Right? Easily win that case. However, now if it's about the money, now don't forget Rob Minter, there's also another Met player that's also a free agent. He also has Scott Boras. P. Alonso. P. Alonso is also a free agent. So you got to use that context as well. So the biggest question is going to be, are the Mets going to get Soto and re-sign Pete? Or is it a possibility the Mets are going to be the Mets and fail and don't get both? And that's the thing. By the way, that's why I wanted your Red Sox to get a Pete Alonso, which, by the way, I would love Pete Alonso to go to Seattle because Seattle has really good pitching. They just need hitting.
I would love him too. I would love him too, man. I would love him a lot.
Yeah, that's really your missing piece. Just a veteran, another batter.
Just a big bat.
Let me ask you this. Is this guy, okay, when he's healthy, and he's a free agent, he's a Red Sox, I think he'll be cheap. You know this guy on the Red Sox, Tyler O'Neill. Is he like a Tommy Edman?
Who's a Tommy Edman?
Okay, okay.
Because Tyler O'Neill, because I feel like Tyler O'Neill's like a poor man's Pete Alonso, honestly.
No, what I mean by that is Edman is a good defender and he's a good offensive player. So it's when Tyler O'Neill's healthy, I heard his power is probably better than Tommy Edman. I heard Tyler O'Neill's defense is good. So okay.
Tyler O'Neill's defense is okay though. It's okay. I don't know if it's good. That's all it is, but it's okay. I think because he's got so much power and all. You know, he's a muscular guy. We all know this and all. Pause.
Yeah.
But we all know this about him and all too as well.
Yeah.
So that's the power thing is real at least. But I think it kind of hurts him defensively. So that's why I say it's okay. Like there's some plays that he kind of left on the field and all, especially against the Yankees in the big. I think it was a July series and all too as well. So it's okay. But I hear what you're saying at least. No, I do like him and all. He's a clutch performer too as well. He has some big home runs and all throughout the season and also no, I do like him. I didn't get the trade for Verdugo and him and all in the off season, but it made more sense throughout the season and all. He was pretty good throughout the year.
How ironic the last out was Verdugo. That was funny. How ironic.
It is. I'll take it. I like it. I don't got no problem with that. Real shit.
A lot of Boston Red Sox fans appreciate Dave Roberts. There we go. Red Sox fans. Listen, I don't hate Boston for baseball. Now, listen, for basketball, that's a whole different story. But it's okay. A rivalry is for real. That's the real rivalry. But listen, Rob Mentor, I'll just say this. Because you know me, I'm an angel guy. I'm a very nice person. So listen, I want your Red Sox to succeed. Listen, I want every team in baseball. And because let's be real, I treat baseball, MLB as the NBA because we know some small market teams know they're not going to attract all-stars to go to their teams, right? Some teams have to build from the draft. Same thing with baseball, right? Look at the Pittsburgh Pirates. I mean, they have a cheap owner. He's got money, but he's very cheap. This is why I don't take the Miami Marlins seriously. John Heyman, he said a mystery team, the Miami Marlins. I'm not taking that seriously. Okay, the Tampa Bay Rays. He mentioned the Tampa Bay Rays. I don't take that team seriously as a mystery team, Rob Mentor. You get the idea. Even though they're getting a new stadium. Good for them. And prayers for the people that survived the hurricane. We love you. But in all seriousness, though, listen, bro. I want teams to be aggressive this offseason because, Rob, you're old school, bro. The Red Sox and Yankees, they always spend money 20 years ago. And now all of a sudden when Dodgers spend money, it's a problem. Listen, tell your owners to spend money, bro. And also, how about develop better? How about draft better? If you do that, guess what, Rob Mentor? We don't have a problem. And you know what's crazy? I like the Pirates pitching staff. It's just go spend money on hitting. Same with Seattle. Same with you guys. The hitting is not your problem. It's just the pitching. You know what I mean? Because if your owner spends money on pitching, now you guys are interesting. I mean, listen, Rob, like I said, if the Rangers could win a World Series with an old Max Scherzer, Jacob deGrom, I love the guy, but he cannot stay healthy. If you can win with that rotation and with my mom, Jordan Montgomery, then you can win a World Series. So, but anyways, listen, I do think it's going to be a good offseason. We'll see what happens. But other than that, Rob Mentor, this was a great pod, man. This was a great pod. Great to recap of Week 11 and the Week 12 picks. You know what I mean? Hopefully we have a good. I think next week for Week 12 is going to be good. Can't wait for our Thanksgiving episode. That's gonna be good. But other than that, Rob, do you have any last words? Because this was great, bro. I think you had a great birthday week. I hope the Sixers keep losing. I hope the Bucks keep losing. But other than that, I think we're gonna have a good. Oh, by the way. After this show, go to my Instagram story. This Dodger fan made a joke, by the way, of Aaron Judge. You know how the ball drops on New York in the New Year's? This guy's like, oh, Aaron Judge. Oh, my goodness gracious, Rob Mentor. That was a good joke.
I've seen that.
That was a good joke. That was a good joke. But go ahead, Rob. You can plug in your podcast if you want as well. Go ahead, my man, because this was great. We grunted it out.
Yeah, most definitely. As usual, per usual, at least, too. I feel like we've been talking like 10 hours over the past, 2 days, or at least day, at least, too, as well. But, no, if everyone's listening, you guys can peep my podcast, the HYPE Bulletin. You can find it on any, any podcast platforms. I got a YouTube channel, too, as well, and all, and my social media. You can follow, the company, the company Instagram, Like Eagle LLC, 1E. Though too as well. Now, if you want to look for my Twitter, Mr. Mentor 19, and my own Instagram, our Mentor 7 and all. But once again, though, I appreciate you having me once again. I hope we do this more weekly and all, going into the NFL playoffs and all. So things are about to be revving up at this point, going forward at least and all. Yes.
By the way, I will do YouTube eventually. You guys can follow me on YouTube, by the way. It's VinceSaiz 1244. Pretty soon. Yeah. I'll let you guys know throughout the show and everything. But because trust me, if a video If a video name Kelly Bitme could be famous, so can I, damn it. But listen, you guys can follow me at Vince Saiz 824 on my podcast account on Twitter, and my other Twitter account is at Respectable Vink with a VINCC. And no, ladies and gentlemen, I am not getting Sky Blue. Neither is Ralph Mentor. We don't fuck with Mark Cuban. But other than that, great episode for 122. I'm going to post this episode in about after the Vince Saiz Good Morning Sports Show, because I'm going to start this show literally after when we end over here. But other than that, Ralph, I'll see you next week on what, Tuesday or Wednesday?
Dude, let's do it. Let's try to do it every Wednesday, man. I'm so down to do that, man.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm very, very happy. Let's go, baby. Ralph, I'll see you in about 2 minutes on the Vince Saiz Good Morning Sports Show. Peace. See ya.
Peace.